My guy Doug McCain wearing a hell of a Kobe sweater hoodie thing.
Man, watching soccer with you is crazy.
Dude. I'm sorry, I got loud.
If you're not paying attention when you're doing it, they just dribble and you're like, yeah, wow, no!
I'm a screen. I do.
You're crazy.
I know. I feel bad because I think some of the people in the hallway thought maybe I was attacking someone or being attacked. Pretty sure there was a wellness check on me a moment ago.
Hey, you're feeling it though, baby.
Woo! And I'm, by the way, very excited. Our guy Rob Stone, who's been one of the faces of World Cup coverage for Fox Sports, is going to join us in, 30, 40 minutes. He's doing the post game right now, but Rob will be on the show. That'll be really fun. DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group, on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com, or text 40222. Happy Friday, buddy.
Excited, baby.
You good?
Got a banger of a show.
We do.
I'm crazy.
Dude, that is a great.
I thought we were talking some LeBron.
Yeah.
I think it's fitting.
Yeah,
Don't worry, I did honor Jersey Fridays. Got my Team USA jersey.
No, you betrayed
It's not
me.
as great as your custom Bill
Let's
Reiter
go.
Dodgers jersey. This is a massive flex. This is a player edition. This is not like a replica thing. This is what the
real one.
players wear
the real one.
with your name on the back.
I had a guy.
Blood thinky on the team.
Guy in the hallway goes, I don't like it. And someone else goes, why? And he goes, because that means you've given up on the Cubs. So I guess he listens. I guess he listens.
Have I? That's on me. I started that.
You did.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, you're a Dodger fan, babe. You bleed blue, but Dodger blue, not Cubs blue.
I'm starting to. 855-97 LA fan. I'm still a journalist, except when I'm watching soccer. 855-97 LA fan. If you want to give us a call, say what's up, say hi, come hang out. We did something yesterday that was really fun, and so we're going to do it again today. It's basically a running mailbag. If you go over to the stream on YouTube at The Fan LA, there's a robust community there, and you can drop your comments, and we'll sort of scan through it. Sammy, Bursch, DMAC, and I, and we will answer those at 5:30. You can also, however you want to reach out, right? You can just hit us up on X at The Fan LA, DMAC_LA, Sports Writer, Sports REITER. All right, we got a bunch of stuff to get to. Very excited. I think you and I had this talk on the air yesterday. I went on a Cleveland radio show, sports talk radio show in Cleveland with my guy Nick Wilson, and it's an Odyssey station. It's in the family, and they got all mad at me about something I said about Bronny, but they asked in a really perplexed way, why does LA hate LeBron? Well, why does LA hate the guy so much? And Derek Fisher, our guy from the morning show here, D Fish and Decker, every weekday 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Lakers. Is legend fair? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Sorry, D-Fish. I don't know why I paused on that. Hell yeah, you're a legend. Derek Fisher had this to say as he was also mulling over, maybe a little perplexed by the way that you, Los Angeles, many of you have responded to LeBron James.
Like a lot of people in L.A. didn't love LeBron's time here. And it's been confusing to me, the reaction to him deciding not to return to L.A. A lot of people have celebrated it and almost had a parade as though this is the greatest thing ever. But I'm surprised at some of the reaction for sure. And I think people have moved on. A lot of fans have.
They really have. And by the way, we know that Ohtani has a sort of injury scare. It's complicated. We're going to dive into that thoroughly in about 15 minutes, maybe a little bit less. All right, so we can start wherever you want, DMAC. And so you can hear D-Fish being perplexed. I'm not as perplexed. Maybe we start here. You tell me, is it fair for people in L.A. to not embrace, to not love a LeBron James figure when he didn't connect and or he leaves to go somewhere else? Is it fair game?
I think that's the operative word for me is connect. He just never connected with this fan base. And I think when you're the Lakers and you have the history that you have with the players that you had with Kobe and Magic and Kareem and Jerry West and Wilt, the list goes on, you have to not only win, but I think you have to connect. And I think that from a timing standpoint, if you are LeBron James, you were the next star after Kobe Bryant. And I think that was a part of it as well, is those were big shoes to fill. And yes, you did win a championship, but it did not feel the same as a Kobe championship. You don't move into Graceland and expect people to stop talking about Elvis, right? That's the same way as you don't play your basketball at Staples that became crypto and expect people to not still talk about Kobe and compare you to Kobe. And yes, Is LeBron James a better player than Kobe? The stats say it.
It's a yes.
It's a yes.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all to Lakers fans, I think.
So that's a really interesting point, and I'm not giving anything away, but we're doing, every Friday, we do the list here on the show, and we do a top 5 and worst 5 of sort of a category that you and I come up with. Bursch comes up with, Ryan Bershinger, the executive producer, and we don't really tell each other what the parameters are to see sort of how we each riddle it out. We're doing TV shows today, best and worst of all time, coming off our Emmy conversation yesterday when you crushed me in the great pop culture showdown that I lost poorly. I don't have this show on my list, but it's my favorite show of all time. It's Justified. It's not one of the best shows of all. My point is, like, Kobe is both one of the greats of all time, not as great as LeBron, but he's also a favorite, and those can be separate categories. And I think it gets to what's interesting about trying to connect in this city. I'm not trying to call out the guys in Cleveland, but I think that they misunderstand the magnitude of Los Angeles, California, and the way in which capturing the love of a place here is a lot harder and requires more than capturing the love of a place like Cleveland or Sacramento or even Chicago for a variety of reasons. And the fact, I mean, look, they keep showing Brad Pitt on the Fox broadcast, right, at SoFi. They keep showing a bunch of it. We live in one of the most dynamic cities on the face of the earth. For me, it's the best city by far in America. It is so full of successful, driven, rich people and people who want to be that, famous people. If LeBron goes somewhere for 8 years, he gets to be treated like royalty by his mere presence. It's not L.A., and you can like go down the list. Shaq wasn't beloved when he left. Kobe wasn't beloved when Shaq left entirely. Jerry West, you speak to Jerry West, but certainly wasn't beloved by the Lakers organization. I mean, Kareem didn't get a statue until well after he should have. This is not a place, Los Angeles, that just gives out its actual adulation because you happen to be important. There's a lot of important people here. You got to earn it. And for whatever reason, LeBron didn't. And with all respect to D-Fish, and I get why he's perplexed, and he's probably friends with LeBron, Derek Fisher connected with this city in a way LeBron never did. Derek Fisher's not as good as LeBron James, but there's just, to your point again, this connection conversation.
Yeah, I think the connection starts with guys like Derek Fisher, right? Guys like Kobe Bryant. LeBron wore the purple and gold. Kobe and Derek Fisher bled purple and gold. It's very different. And if you're LeBron James, it almost felt like he was using the Lakers, using Los Angeles to further himself in his career, to raise his family here. It was convenient. This was a convenient move for him. I don't think he came here and said, oh, I'm going to fight for my legacy. I'm going to fight to pass Michael Jordan in the eyes of many. I'm going to fight to get 5 or 6 titles. Yeah, he got 1 championship, but guess what? Kobe got 5. Magic got 5. Shaq got 3. I mean, 1 championship is the minimum here. And also just 1 finals appearance in 8 years. So really in this town,
that's really interesting.
When you see the car flags out,
1's the minimum for success, but not for love.
1 will get you applause. 2 will get you immortality, right? I think that's kind of how it is in this town. You cannot just win 1 in a bubble in Orlando, not get a parade. And yes, that wasn't LeBron's fault at all, but I do think that was certainly a factor in all of this, is when this town goes Lakers crazy and Lakers fevers all on the street, you see the Lakers flags and everyone's at bars and everyone is just going crazy for the purple and gold. It's in the finals, right? And he made 1 finals, and it was in the bubble in Orlando, not delegitimizing that championship, but I do think just from a feel standpoint, I don't think this city felt LeBron like they felt championship teams in the past. Even though that was a championship that he did win, it was not the experience of a normal championship here in LA. Didn't taste the same.
I got to tell you, there's 2 things. DMAC and Reiter here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Happy Friday. Thanks for hanging out. We're on the FM. We're also on the stream over on YouTube at The Fan LA, at The Fan LA. A lot of you are in there. Slam the like button. Hit that like button if you like the show. And if you don't, listen longer than you will and hit the like button in the meantime. Like, in a little leap of faith here. You made a point about Kobe earlier. We were just shooting the breeze before the show where you pointed out, because you were here, I wasn't, when the Kobe Shaq thing went down, you said not everybody loved Kobe Bryant, right? Not everybody thought Kobe was the good guy in that saga. And it struck me, the difference is Kobe stayed and Kobe won. Sometimes, I don't think it's always, time heals frustrations, it heals wounds, it heals whatever disconnect there can be. But I'm not sure that's going to be the case for LeBron. Because not only is he not loved today, he's leaving. He's going somewhere else. We don't know if it's Cleveland or Golden State or Minnesota or wherever. I think there's a world where he carries himself with whatever team he goes to in a way as a guy who looks down at LA or sneers at LA. Sometimes he can't help himself. I guess what I'm saying, DMAC, is I don't know that LeBron didn't connect with LA when he was in LA. I think it's possible he may insult Los Angeles, California over the course of the next NBA season. He may not, but he could become less popular and more villainous here if he's not careful.
I agree. I mean, I said it the day that he made his decision to drop that tweet that was just a very meaningless short tweet where he called his time here a stint.
Weird.
When you got Kobe's like, dear basketball, right? It's this.
That's like if I called you some guy and not the best person I've ever met.
Yeah, that felt like a forced like thank you letter, right? That you were like have to write.
So I think it's intentional.
Yeah.
LeBron is one of the smartest people, not athletes, people I've been around. I've had conversations. He is aware of everything that he says. He's a master at understanding the power of his words. He knows that he shapes news narratives when it relates to basketball and sports and culture. That's on purpose, dude. That word is intentional.
I totally agree. I think that was just a way to make it seem like, okay, this is just one stop in my career for this chapter. And I think, too, when you look at how things kind of ended with LeBron and the Lakers, it almost does feel like this is intentional as a slap in the face to this organization, knowing that, hey, I am about to do something, take a minimum somewhere, even though we've got multiple maximum contracts from the Lakers. They drafted his son. They basically gave him the roster that he wanted. And every time the Lakers approached him for this idea, he said no. And he's going to do something for another team that the Lakers wanted him to do for them. And I think that is a massive slap in the face. And I think that maybe it feels like he's going to Cleveland, right? That's really what people are saying today.
That's the vibe.
That's the vibe I'm getting. But I still think if I'm a Laker fan, this is a guy where he was a mercenary. He doesn't feel like he's Lakers family. He's an NBA legend. I wouldn't say he's a Lakers legend.
I want to read this comment from the chat, but I'm not sure I can read this guy's name, so I'm just going to refer to you as IB. IB in the chat points. Man, there are so many people in here. This is great. At the Fan LA. IB says Seager. There's more behind it. Seager wasn't fond of LA either, but he'll forever be a Dodger. LeBron just ain't LA/Laker material, and it's so interesting because. And I wanted to ask you this: you're from here. I mean, you are. If I cut you right now, I would never do that because you're my guy.
Yo.
You would bleed blue and purple and gold. What does it take for someone on top of the greatness and the winning? Because obviously LeBron checks the greatness box, and to a degree he checked the winning box. What does it take to connect with this city?
It takes more than just a championship. It takes, I think, being out in the community. I think that resonates with fans. And I think for LeBron James, just every opportunity that he got to do that, you really didn't see him. I mean, the first day that it felt like this city was excited about LeBron James back in 2018 at Blaze Pizza in Culver City when Lakers fans like myself were waiting all day for LeBron to show up. And yet Laker fans there for 10 to 12 hours. He never showed up, and it felt like an insult. He went to Instagram and posted a picture of himself in the pool, right? Or just really not being that guy that feels like he wanted to be here because they were the Lakers, right? Because it was an iconic franchise and kind of be that torchbearer to Kobe Bryant. It felt like it was about LeBron. I think for this city, Corey Seager's a little different too because he was drafted, he was developed here, he won that World Series here.
Friends with a bunch of those guys.
And they have that eternal bond. But look, that Lakers title, even though it was legitimate, it did feel like a little hollow in nature just because the roster construction. Everyone felt like a hired gun, right? There was not a lot of the draft picks that you learned to grow. I mean, talk about the Dodgers. I mean, all those years of pain, we were watching guys lose that we drafted. So it's like, yeah, even though they lost, these are our guys. That really felt like that when the Lakers had that triumph in Orlando. I mean, had he come back and they won another title, which didn't happen because it was mainly his decision, at least he was a big part of it to try to go get Russell Westbrook that demolished any chance to go back-to-back. that could have been different, but it just did not happen.
DMAC and Reiter here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Thank you for hanging out on the only sports talk radio station on the FM dial. We appreciate you. And if you're just finding us, hang out. We have great shows all day long. We're always live and local. D-Fish and Decker, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Brock and Alex midday in LA. Before us from 10 to 2. We got you covered till 6. And we got the James Coe Show every night till 10 p.m. during the week. So we have you covered if you're just finding us. Thank you for hanging. We're also on the stream at The Fan LA. I'm going to posit you a theory. And this is kind of, this is an outsider, right? I'm not from here. I moved here. I fell in love with this city. There's a cliche and a perspective that people always bring up who don't know LA, how phony everybody is. And I think there's actually a nuanced reality that speaks to why this city doesn't like LeBron and, with respect to D-Fish, shouldn't like LeBron. Are there phonies in Los Angeles? Of course. The industry is here. There's a bunch of people trying to make it. You've probably been around people in the sports media business and the Hollywood business like I have. We're like, okay, that guy's full of it. I think I've never been, and I've lived a lot of places. I lived in New York and Chicago. I've lived in Brooklyn, New York City, whatever, Miami, Barcelona, London, all over the place. I've never been to, forget phonies, I've never been to a place that has where the people have a better radar for phoniness, better phoniness detection devices, and most of the people who are actually from here, live here, love it here. And I think that LeBron James, not to put too fine a point on it, and he's got lots of great qualities, so those of you that are accusing me of hating him, I can give those later. He's phony. He's full of it. He literally gets caught lying all the time. He is currently holding hostage multiple markets where they hope and believe and dream he's going to be there, and that's fine, except for Cleveland. Can you imagine if he doesn't go back to Cleveland, and after everything that he repaired with his relationship with them, he takes it so for granted that he announces he's going somewhere else? This is a guy who's about himself. This is a guy who's about LeBron James. And I think, DMAC, part of the reason LA didn't connect with him, part of the reason people who don't like LeBron, and I'm not talking the stupid politics crap, I'm talking like real Lakers fans, real people from Los Angeles, people who love Kareem, who love Jerry West, who love Kobe, who love Shaq maybe, who love the Bus family, who love Shohei Ohtani, who love Andrew Friedman, who love the Guggenheims for coming in, get rid of the McCourts, who hate the McCourts, all real people from here. I think they sensed correctly that LeBron James was full of bleep. And that when he left, in the way he left that you walked us through, I think it confirmed for people here who have developed this ability to sense people who aren't about them and don't really love this city the way they should. I think they went, as a city, yeah, I had that guy pegged. He was a good player. He won a title. Respect where it's due. That guy never loved LA. And if you come here or you're from here and you find what LA is, you realize people who don't get LA aren't worth your time. I think that's LeBron James.
I agree. I think that is absolutely incredibly said from someone that knows LeBron, that's interviewed LeBron, that understands LeBron. I think, too, LA gave LeBron a chance, and they really did. And I think there's still a good portion of Lakers fans that respect what he did. I think there's a big difference. I think Lakers fans, for the most part, they respect LeBron. They don't love LeBron. And the interesting thing, too, is this thing could have really worked out. You won a championship. You also won over the record books, right? You became the all-time leading scorer. But here's the thing. He won over the record books. Kobe won over the city, right? And there's a big difference there. When you win over this city and you give love to this city, they'll give it back to you 10,000 times and then some, right? And I think for LeBron, and I've said this before, that people in this town, they want to feel like things are earned, right? And with LeBron, it was the roster spot, getting his son on the team, having them draft Bronny James, and then also hijacking the franchise for Clutch Sports. Now, mind you, LeBron made this team relevant again. He did win them a championship. They hadn't made the playoffs in 5 years when he arrived, but what you can learn a lot about a person and a guy when he leaves, how his former team feels about him. And I think the Lakers,
a great call, dude.
Look at the Lakers right now. You haven't heard a lot coming out about, oh, we wanted LeBron so bad. Oh, Luka wanted LeBron so bad. To me, the Lakers aren't that ex who keeps checking LeBron's Instagram, right? They've deleted him off Instagram. They've deleted the number. They've left him on red, right? They don't even follow him anymore, right? When you're in a bad breakup, you're checking your girl's Instagram. You're using your friends' phones to check their Instagram because she blocked you. I'm not saying this from experience here.
You want to work through something?
I'm not saying
I got you.
But you know what I'm talking about, though? Like,
no, I've been married for 20
you're emailing
years.
them because they blocked your phone number. Like, the Lakers aren't that person for LeBron. They're like, bye-bye, good riddance. Hey, even though we might be worse with you, we're actually better because you took over our house, and this house had family pictures everywhere with Magic and Kobe and Kareem. And guess what? Maybe you're a part of that, but you're not the biggest part of that. And they can redecorate their own house now.
And the thing is, there's a way back, right? Kareem and Jerry West were more with the Buss family and the Laker power base, not Laker fans. But there was a disconnect with Shaq, I think, for a minute. And you tell me, I think Shaq is, I'm not sure he's beloved here, but I think he's more popular than LeBron. And I think more popular than LeBron is going to be. It's DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1, the fan, the voice of LA sports. I know I've told this story, but we have a new audience. We have new people checking us out, and a lot of you are hanging out over on the stream. Thank you. Smash that like button for us. Hit that like button. And if you have questions, we'll do a Q&A kind of mailbag in 3 hours. So just drop them in the comment section. Anything you want to hear. Lee Jenkins is an incredible former writer for Sports Illustrated. Ironically, he's the guy that wrote the story when LeBron went back to Cleveland, I think, if I'm getting that right, for Sports Illustrated. That's how they announced that news. If I got the history right, I think that is right. Lee now works for the Clippers. He's a great guy. And I've told you the story, but for those of you who haven't heard it, when I moved here, I sort of casually called Lee because we were buddies and just asked him, like, where to live in L.A., and he got mad. I've never heard him he got mad at me and basically went off and was like, you move here, you better understand how great the city is. You better not disrespect it. And I didn't and he basically gave me this lecture, DMAC, on how you come here, you better respect this town because this is an incredible place and we don't need people coming from the outside not getting LA. And I'm like, no, man, I'm excited to live there. And then having lived here and fallen in love with it, I know people who have come here, misunderstood LA, and be like, this, and one of them, I'm not going to call him out. Okay, well, it's Andy Roddick. Like, hey, man, you did it wrong. That's a you thing. That's LeBron, dude. He's the guy that taps into that thing that pisses off Lee Jenkins to the point of getting mad at me when I just want to know if the South Bay is a cool place when I moved from Kansas City, Missouri, where if you don't, LA's not New York. It's not easy to figure out, and that makes it better. You got to earn it. We've had this conversation. LeBron didn't earn it. And I think the way he's leaving, I think it rubs people the wrong way. The way that clearly Lee Jenkins was worried that some random person like me was going to come here. Not that he needs me to like LA. He's just tired of people not getting how special this place is. LeBron should know better than to leave the way that he left.
Yeah, exactly. And the crazy thing about all of this, and the reason why I still had a pretty decent amount of confidence that he would be back, was because he had an opportunity to make sure that his legacy in LA could have improved. Like I've said, LeBron in LA, he was that stepdad that did everything right? He got this team back to relevance, but at the end of the day, you're like, hey, you're not my real dad, right? I think that's how it always felt like with LeBron, right? That's just how it felt, and I don't think that's going to change. I think he could get a decent amount of boos when he returns to the Lakers, especially if it's with the Warriors.
I kind of hope so. The new 97 on the fan, the voice of LA. No, I'm just kidding. I liked it. The new 97.
You said you were going to cut me earlier.
The voice of LA. I said, if I cut you, you bleed LA. Jeez. I would never hurt you, at least physically. I might hurt your feelings. The new 97 on the fan, the voice of LA sports. Shohei Ohtani scare is real. It's complicated. There's an injury situation. We will explain it to you. The sky's not falling, but you want to hear this next on DMAC and Reiter. Happy Friday. He's Doug McCain. I'm Bill Reiter, DMAC and Reiter. Presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. We're doing a mailbag later, 5:30. However you want to get those to us. Hell, you could call 855-97 LA Fan and just give it to Bursch. But an easier way for everybody, but whatever you want to do, is you can get on the stream on YouTube at The Fan LA. Same thing for X. Give us your comments. We've got a few, including from, familiar name, a Jeff Fetterman, who has a comment that we'll answer at 5:30. You excited?
Yeah.
That's the boss.
That's the big boss.
Or someone with a great name.
Yes.
Potentially. All right, so I got to read one comment here before we get into this Ohtani news. You ready?
Yo.
T-Rex 12. And I like it because you have an answer for it, and because it shows that people are engaging with the show and kind of listening, getting to be sort of vibe for some folks. T-Rex 12 says, I see DMAC didn't follow along with Jersey Friday, LOL.
Man, trust me, I'm repping. I got my
He's
Team
got
USA.
it. It's cold in here.
Yeah. Hey, also too, I'm wearing a hoodie of a guy with a jersey. Right? Does that count? It's Kobe with a jersey.
Can I ask you a style question?
Let's do it.
It's cold in here. I almost wore a long. So the problem with Jersey Friday is I'm cold. Yeah. I usually have a hoodie. Like if I had worn long sleeves with this Dodgers jersey, because Alex Curry just told me that I did it wrong by buttoning all the way to the top, which I didn't know was a rule. I like it buttoned all the way to the top, but like I already got criticized once in this jersey. So you just feel comfortable to just get at me as much as you want. Can I wear long sleeves with this, or would that look weird?
I mean,
Look,
Yamamoto does not pitch without the long sleeves.
Okay.
Freddie Freeman wears long sleeves.
Kind of a poser move, though, right? I'm not an athlete.
Yeah, I kind of need to see those
Or am
bulging. I want to see those bulging Bill Ryder forearms.
Well,
you know what I mean?
So do I, but we're
the
still
streets
waiting.
want to see that too. Okay.
So do I. We're still waiting.
We're still waiting.
We are still waiting on those.
Chill on the sleeves. That
Okay, thank you for the honesty.
With the sleeves gives too much like Sunday Beer League softball legend, a guy that's trying to do a little too much in his softball league. Like, put me in, coach.
Are you cool with the button all the way to the top?
That works for me.
Okay.
That works for me.
Right.
I mean, look, the button thing, it works.
All right, Alex is stylish, so it kind of got to me a little bit.
Yeah, well,
Hit me.
if you got to button it up, baby.
I like the buttons, man.
Button it up.
Button, boy.
Yeah.
That's your thing. All right, we have some Shohei Ohtani news. I'm trying really hard not. You did look so happy when this came down because you looked at me like, I got you, Ryder. I got you. Little breaking news here. Shohei Ohtani will, and the Dodgers have put this out. So Shohei Ohtani will not pitch today. He will not travel to the All-Star game. That's alarming. But he is still going to be in the lineup as a hitter, presumably where you want him, ensconced in that leadoff spot every single game of this series before the All-Star break gets going after Sunday's game. So what's the worry level here? What's the smugness level here?
So I wasn't happy because I think Shohei Ohtani is injured. I'm happy because they are being cautious about this. This is the most important player in all of professional sports as it pertains to winning championships. And as I've said, as I've repeated myself and sound like a broken record, you cannot bury this guy into the ground on the mound when he is playing through an injury. If he's got the check engine light on, you got to get the car serviced. You have to make sure you're not redlining the Ferrari. And I think this is a smart move by the Dodgers. I pushed for this after the bicep injury. I said, hey, I do not want to see him make his last start before the All-Star break because now you get an extended rest where he's not on the mound. And the issue for me is it is a left knee issue. And if he's pushing off the mound and he's aggravating that thing, it could possibly build up because the inflammation has not gone down, and they want to put him, as the Dodgers said, put him in the best position for the second half of the season. So, I mean, look, the fact that he's DHing, I think that says that it's not too serious, right? It's the pitching versus the hitting, and the Dodgers are going to need Shohei Ohtani on the mound. I love this decision. It does hurt the Cy Young race as far as his ability to qualify.
I know it does. I'm not even looking at you because I can feel the happiness.
I'm not going to see here and say, I told you so. I would love for Shohei to be a robot.
Anytime someone says, I'm not going to tell you I told you so, they just said, I told you so.
Hey, I have a connection with Shohei where I just can feel
Stop it.
what I think is right for him. And the Dodgers, I think, were in lockstep as well. And like I said, Superman needs to go to the Fortress of Solitude sometime. Take that cape off just a little bit and make sure that you are ready to go when it matters most. And I think big picture here, do they have full confidence that Shohei Ohtani is going to be able to withstand the workload in the regular season and be able to be an elite starter in the postseason? And if that's not the case, does this make them more aggressive for Tarek Skubal?
We are 100% aligned here on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1, The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. And by the way, Dodgers fans, Dodgers are going to go with the bullpen game. Kyle Hurt is the opener of that game tonight in this series before the All-Star break and the All-Star game gets going. Here's the thing. I love – you made fun of me yesterday, and correctly so, because when I say it, I'm going to try not to do it here. All-Star game, I make a face because I think the All-Star game is – it's not my thing. No issue with Ohtani not being in the All-Star game.
Oh, I just reading about the injury a little more. Sorry.
Oh, you looked upset.
Oh, I'm concerned. I mean, he's going to have his knee drained.
He's playing.
He's going to have an injection.
Playing. He's fine. He's
but
still playing.
This is an example, Bill.
Hold on.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Let's go.
Do you think the Dodgers would endanger him for 3 games in July? I don't.
So
if they're playing him, he's fine, dude.
If he's fine, he'll be pitching for over a week.
So you think the Dodgers are reckless?
I think there's a little bit of recklessness in this. Okay. I really, truly do. Fair. And I do feel that way, and I think that it is about appeasing their best player who made it very clear to them early on the season that he wanted to make every start, that he wanted to pursue the Cy Young. And for over a week, the team has stated that Ohtani was dealing with knee pain. Sounds benign, but it wasn't benign. The injury is requiring the knee to be drained, possibly an injection, some anti-inflammatory cortisone or a PRP potential, who knows? So look, I understand the Dodgers, they want to be a little coy about releasing injury information, but it's frustrating. It's got to be frustrating from a kind of a fan's perspective or someone trying to understand the way they're going about things, knowing that, hey, this guy is not at 100%. The answer to that question is no. Shohei is not at 100%. And if this team were to lose him for a significant period of time, they could lose their lead in the division, they could lose the bye, and they could lose the season.
You don't have to walk me through why Shohei Ohtani is important, though you did it very impressively. I'm aware that Shohei Ohtani is important. You and I are not aligned on level of concern. You make great points, DMAC. Can I just counter gently with this perspective? When it comes to evaluating, bear with me, I promise I'm going to get to a point. When evaluating an NFL draft or an NBA draft, I'm a lot less interested in what so-called draft experts tell me and a lot more interested in who's making the decision. Sam Presti drafted you? I think it's going to work out. Rob Pelinka drafted you? I'm very, very concerned about what's going to happen, what's going down. The same is true with a multitude of things in sports. I think a lot of times we do not properly assess things based on who's making the decision. I think often in sports discourse, the tail wags the dog. My point is this. In most situations, with Shohei Ohtani and everything you're saying, I'd 100% be aligned with you. I don't know if there's an organization in sports that is better at being great at everything in terms of how they operate and think and plan and function and protect than the Dodgers. There's certainly not an organization better in baseball. So if Andrew Friedman and company, that brain trust, think that Ohtani needs to not go to the All-Star game but is fine to hit, I think he's probably fine.
He's probably fine, but you just said probably.
I think he's fine. You can't.
Why this? Okay, I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm going
to say it again.
It's absolutely insane to have him in the lineup today. It is absolutely insane.
I think that you are the premier Dodgers expert on earth. I always say that, but let me not compare to Andrew Friedman. I'm taking Andrew Friedman over you. I'm sorry. He's the only one I'm taking over you.
I'm taking Andrew Friedman over me.
He's playing. They're letting him hit.
And what is the benefit of it, though? If he's not at 100%, you have a 14.5 game lead in the National League West. You are going to miss the All-Star break.
Can I give you my guess?
Okay.
Everything you just said, I think, I'll have to check. Can we look into this? I think Andrew Friedman knows. I think he has access to all that information. My guess is that Ohtani is fine and that this is a way to frame to the commissioner why the most important player, maybe in baseball history in terms of marketing and excellence, isn't going to be at the festivities. You can't just be like, yeah, we're not going to send him. But if you put out, drain a knee, and we're kind of worried, but he's still going to play, what that tells me, he's fine. This is sort of part of the plan. He's going to be okay. But they've got to sell this to Manfred and to the suits in New York because Ohtani's not coming to Philly. That's my read.
That's interesting. I think that's really interesting. I mean, I think that Shohei Ohtani has done enough for the All-Star game, for the sport of baseball, and surely he's going to be missed. But I think that big picture here, if he had an injection, if he has to get his knee drained, that is saying there's an actual procedure. So this is not phantom. And I think if you are Andrew Friedman, who is the smartest man in baseball, the most successful executive in the game, well, guess what, Bill? Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes have said themselves that they have nothing to compare Shohei Ohtani to, that they are in uncharted waters too, so they have no idea as far as just a tried and true method, because there's never been a guy like Shohei Ohtani. To me, this is like having a winning lottery ticket and you place it next to a fireplace, okay? If it falls in the fireplace, you don't get the money. You don't get anything. And then you don't get a World Series. There's no benefit to playing Shohei Ohtani this weekend. And I don't care if it's about appeasing Major League Baseball because he's held out of the All-Star break. Their entire three-peat could be compromised. Sit him. Get it right.
By the way, no one that I've ever met more impressively, loquaciously says things that I totally disagree with than you. The lottery ticket next to a fireplace.
That's what it is.
Is one of the better. It's so good. I still trust Andrew Friedman, and I know you do too. But here's the sort of final reality, Dodgers fans. Ohtani will not pitch today. Ohtani will not go to the All-Star game. Ohtani will be in the lineup these 3 games, and that is where we are and what we know.
Still got a couple hours to keep him out of the lineup.
DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Get it right, Friedman. That was Doug. That was not me, Mr. Friedman. That was Doug.
You're a goat, statue, bobbleheads.
Hero of the day coming up. I was going to nominate Andrew Friedman, but Doug told me that he would quit. So we'll just do some other nominees. That was a joke. Next on DMAC and Reiter. 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That is calldowntown.com. We are just talking Shohei Ohtani. If you missed the news, sort of three pieces to this puzzle as we try to figure out how worried we are. Doug is very, very, very concerned. I'm less concerned. Shohei Ohtani will not pitch tonight. Shohei Ohtani will not travel to Philadelphia for the All-Star game. Shohei Ohtani will be in the lineup, will be hitting in the DH spot, almost certainly in the leadoff spot as he always does. And so we are going to be hitting that throughout the show. We'll keep you updated when we hear from Dave Roberts. Obviously, he'll be speaking to the media before the game. We'll let you know as we get more information, more news on that. We're also efforting Rob Stone. We'll be on the show, we think, at some point today, very graciously. Obviously, this is the guy who's doing big-time World Cup coverage for Fox Sports. Friend of mine. I was supposed to text him when he got off the air. Burst told me, and then I wrote him, and then the guy wrote back, wait, are you talking about the tennis match? I wrote the wrong Rob. So I have since corrected and written the right Rob. To Robbie Zimmerman out there, sorry for the confusion. To Rob Stone, looking forward to having you on the show. Are you ready? By the way, everyone needs to know, Doug McCain loves Andrew Freeman. He's an Andrew Freeman guy.
Yeah, trust me.
He's an Andrew Freeman guy.
Yeah. You do not need to do that, trust me, dude.
Everyone knows. I'm just reiterating. All right, it's time for the DMAC and Reiter Hero of the Day nominees. You ready?
Yep.
You got this? Here's how it works if you're new. Do you want to tell people?
No, you got it.
All right. We're going to nominate a bunch of Heroes of the Day. Bersh and Sammy are going to narrow it to 4. We're going to put an opportunity for you to vote for the Hero of the Day up on the chat on YouTube at The Fan LA, at The Fan LA. And in 3 hours, we're going to announce that lucky person's name. You go first.
I'm just going to say Dodgers brass. Whoever was behind the decision to keep Shohei Ohtani out of tonight's start, veering and making sure, erring on the side of caution, making sure that you're not putting him in harm's way. Shohei out of the lineup for the pitcher, as he's not pitching, but he's not out of the lineup as a hitter, which hopefully they have a couple hours to maybe make that decision. But whoever made that decision, it was a great decision.
I'm going to nominate also the Dodgers brass and everything you said, but also add on for having the courage to let him hit because he's probably just fine.
Wow.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I did.
See what I did there?
How could you say he's just fine?
Because he's hitting today, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Because I trust Andrew Friedman. And you don't. That's fine on this.
It's not that,
He's not infallible. I understand he's not infallible.
Okay. All right. I will go with...
Oh, we're not doing that? Okay.
Well, no, we get all the way into it.
No, it's fine.
But my next
I'm
heroes...
in a Dodgers jersey today, so I'm just full... I'm
Dodger
Freeman
Blue
could
Bill.
do no wrong.
This is Dodger Blue Bill right here. Okay, so...
Did you say Dodger Blue Bill?
Yeah, I tried something new.
No, I liked it. I just didn't like it.
Okay.
Felt like a shot.
The Cubs,
Yeah.
the whatever was left from the Cubs fandom and you was screaming, what are you doing?
I'm a disloyal human. It's
All
fine.
right. I'm going to make this a double entry. I'm going the Josue DePaul and Mike Sirota, two of the top Dodgers prospects that will be playing in the MLB Futures game this Sunday. DePaul won MVP honors in the 2025 Futures game. He had a home run last year. But Mike Sirota, who the Dodgers acquired in the Gavin Lux trade, he's someone that has exploded down at the minor league level, an on-base streak of 70 straight games. So, Mike Sirota and Josue DePaul. I don't know why I do that now.
You looked at me like, as if to say, I'm so good. I'm just, yeah, you are. I liked it.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying that you look like the cat that ate the canary.
You're not pitting me
You look
against
like
Andrew
the guy
Friedman,
that invented
okay?
the wheel the moment before he showed his buddy how they're going to look at this. This is so much better than a square to get our stuff we want to go to the cave.
This is the best way to go.
All right, I'm sorry. I was going to write this down. Who did you just...
Mike Sirota, Josue DePaul. Mike Sirota and Josue DePaul.
Okay. I'm gonna nominate Cameron Carr, the first round draft pick for your Los Angeles Lakers, because I know it's summer league and he's playing again tonight. He's playing tonight in Vegas. I'm so carried away. So last night I might have had a little bit to drink with my buddy, and we finished the not the Tom Brady roast. What's the short guy's name? Kevin Hart roast.
Kevin Hart, yeah.
And then I'm like, let's watch some Cam Carr videos. And, bro, he's so athletic. He's so good. It's summer league. I know it doesn't matter. I know I got to, but whatever. I'm nominating him.
Blocking shots on 3-pointers like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? No, it's your turn. Sorry, I got one. But it's
Who you
unfair. It's below the belt.
Below the belt?
Andrew Freeman. For his courage.
Hey.
Don't actually put him on the finalist list, guys, because Like, that's one of those like Doug moves where he's like, we all nominate people and then you nominate Jesus or something. And I'm like, I lose. This isn't a competition, even though everything I guess has become a competition.
It's a little bit of a competition.
A little bit.
I'll go Derek Fisher, man. Derek Fisher.
Okay.
We kind of broke down his comments and kind of talking about LeBron, kind of talking about the city. Derek Fisher, just one of those LA legends, man. 0.4 big shots against the Magic and the Celtics. He's one of those. I mean, when you think about LeBron, he's a guy who kind of felt like he just was here for a couple of seasons, even though it was 8. Derek Fisher, even though he played with some other teams, he just feels like a Lakers legend. He is a Lakers legend.
You're doing the thing I just said.
I just want to give Deep Fish some love, man. I'm sitting in the same seat, dude.
You said something to me in the break that I'm not going to repeat, but you said I'm this thing, and I said, no, you're not. I take it back. Yes, you are.
Okay. Hey, man.
Don't swear. We're on the radio.
I did.
We're on 97.1.
Sheesh.
The Fan. Oh, shucks. You just nominated, you just nominated D-Fish?
Yes.
For being Derek Fisher.
You know what?
Being Derek Fisher.
I thought we had a creative.
I'm going to nominate the Hollywood sign.
I thought
cool.
that we had I thought we had complete creative freedom in this. But when I see someone like Derek Fisher, who sits at his chair and he's a Lakers legend, I have just a deeper bond with the Lakers legends now because of how LeBron treated this franchise. I have a deeper appreciation for the ones that have honored the purple and gold.
It's a great nomination. I apologize for the response that I had. DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. I'm going to nominate the Spain national team, but here's why. Because we did not want Belgium, after beating the living crap out of the U.S. men's national team, to advance with their smugness and we did this because of the Belgian thing. Good job, Spain.
Okay, I got Spain?
We got Spain.
I love it. I'm going to go with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I think that now the reason why I say that is Shohei Ohtani is going to be missing his start tonight, right? And Yoshinobu Yamamoto could be a dark horse candidate to win the Cy Young. And all this talk was about maybe that Shohei Ohtani would be the first Japanese pitcher to win the Cy Young. Well, when I talked to Yamamoto and his translator during spring training, and I said, hey, you want to win the Cy Young? They looked at me and said, he wants to win the next 4. So I think that maybe this opens things up. So I'm going to can I not go with the Dodgers player now? Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
I rolled.
You did the Spain national team, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. When I name it the Dodgers World Series MVP?
I'm going to suggest that what you're actually nominating, you're using Yoshi as a mask to nominate your own take that he's going to win the Cy Young Award.
It might be a little bit of that.
Which
I didn't think of that.
By the way, it's a great take. Can I nominate Doug's take that Yoshi is going to win the Cy Young Award? Oh, no, I can't. Sorry. I'm going to nominate the security guard who did not arrest my son yesterday when he tried to break into the hotel in the South Bay to meet the Spain national team. Whoever you are. They threatened to.
That's amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And he's good, right?
He didn't get arrested, so that's good. They told him, don't come back again. Don't try to come in here again.
It's not over yet. Okay, I'm going to nominate Erling Haaland. I want a Team Norway to win.
I do too.
Did you see this thing? How everyone's getting the Erling Haaland algorithm, and that he's been it's just this whole conspiracy. Everyone's getting all Erling Haaland stuff. He's a really interesting guy. This Norway team, I think that they're the underdogs. England,
I love this dude. We'll see
if they actually can live up to the hype. It's going to be a crazy, crazy matchup. Hey, the World Cup fever, I still got it, and Erling Haaland is my nominee.
You know who I believe in? You.
Yo.
I'm gonna nominate. I think that's good. I think that's probably. I feel good.
You feel good?
I mean, I feel.
We threw out a lot.
That's a lot of nominees.
Yeah. Do you approve my last one? Why don't I give you the nominees a day ahead, and you can approve of them, and if I can use them, you can do a Bill Reiter check next to it to see if I can use it. Is that maybe we should start doing that?
You have to admit the Derek Fisher thing, bro, is so.
A lot of this is from the hip. He was on my mind.
It's not from the hip. It's from the head. You're a smart guy. Don't
D
even try.
Fish, Mr. .4.
Oh shucks, I'm Doug McCain and I'm Derek Fisher. Come on,
hey, man.
I see you, bro.
That's from the heart.
What I see.
All right, you know what? How about this?
Yeah.
I take my nomination away from Derek Fisher. No Derek Fisher for this segment.
Absolutely not. Now you made me co-sign your own. I know what you're doing. DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. We'll keep you updated on Shohei Ohtani and the news that he's not going to go to the All-Star game. He will be in the lineup today, even though he's not pitching. We're also going to tell you why Kuminga may actually not be a Laker. It's not great. It's next. DMAC and Reiter. Doug McCain, Bill Reiter, DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That is calldowntown.com. I got a text here. I got to text Rob Stone. I guess he's going to come on. He's going to hang out with us.
It's big time.
I wasn't going to, but I heard DMAC's better Dodger take, so I'm in.
Hey, he's at SoFi Stadium right now, I'm guessing.
Dude, I am really, really excited to get out to SoFi this. Like, we should just go hang out at some games this
SoFi's
season, dude.
It's
love
the
SoFi.
best stadium in the world. Period. Full stop. End of story. It's that good.
I 1,000% agree with you. It's look, is it hard to get in and out of? I'm just talking to one of the guys in the hallway. Yeah, that's part of the deal. That's just going to be part of the deal in LA. There's a lot of people here. It lived the first time I went there was a long time ago. It lived up to every expectation that I had.
It looks like
think
it
that it
should have been built in the year like 3050, right?
It's so cool, dude.
It's insane.
Oh yeah, because we were both at the weekend concert.
Yes,
hanging out.
We were
doing our thing.
It was crazy
before we knew each
Probably
other.
Bumped into you at some point.
I could actually sense what's the opposite. You're a Star Wars guy. What is the opposite of a disturbance in the Force? I was like, what's the good version of that?
Bursch, the opposite of a disturbance in the Force. I think it's just peace.
Oh, it's Burr. Oh, I thought you were saying it's Bursch.
Yeah. It's a good one.
That is really, really funny. All right, so I've sent
Ohtani not.
I've sent Mr. Bershinger Rob Stone's info.
Yes.
So we're going to get him on here in a second, and we will get back to the Ohtani conversation. We are aware that Shohei Ohtani will not pitch tonight. He will be in the lineup, and he will not go to Philadelphia. And obviously you and I are a little misaligned on this. You are very worried and think it's a little reckless that they have him in there. Just as a hitter, I'm not as worried. We will circle back to that story in about 15 or 20 minutes. We know that Jonathan Kuminga is demanding a very, very high price. It's reportedly $25 million per year is what he's seeking. That is not something that the Lakers can or maybe should do. We will talk about that in a little bit. And one of the bosses just texted me, and I think you saw this too. Yeah, you're on here, that Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero got into a physical altercation in Las Vegas on Friday. And Bam struck Tyler Hero, which is wild. So we'll talk about that as well. But right now we're going to go to one of the most talented broadcasters in the country. You've seen him on Fox Sports' coverage and Fox's coverage of the World Cup. He's also an incredibly nice human being. The one and only Rob Stone, graciously joining us, I'm sure, from SoFi. What's up, Rob? Dude, very nice of you to make time for me and DMAC. Thank you, pal.
Bill, can you say that louder? I don't think they could hear it in the back.
You're the best, dude. You are the other. So, hey, we are in studio. We're having fun. We love doing the radio show. This was a game I really wanted to go to. I'm a huge Spain fan. How was the vibe? Like, how did LA represent in this massive, massive match?
Yeah, it was the final game in LA. They always represent. It's it's such a good city, such a passionate city. The crowd was majority Spain. La Roja as expected. I would say probably 80-20. Maybe even more. But they're not as loud, right, or beautifully obnoxious maybe as the Argentinian fans and England and Mexico and whatnot. But they just have this, it's kind of like their team, this real nice class to them and this expectation and this beauty and this little sexiness to them as well. And now we've got a Tuesday semifinal setup of the two pre-tournament favorites. I mean, Spain, France, does it get any better than that? You're going to have to dig hard to find one that's more appetizing than that semifinal.
Yeah, Spain, France is going to be absolutely electric. Two of the biggest stars in the game, Yamal and Mbappe. Does it feel like, Rob, that Spain is almost saving its best soccer for the later stages of this tournament? Just kind of what's your assessment of the run that they've been on?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. We kind of hit that point as well. I will say that, they're such a possession-based team that they always got the ball and they're knocking things around and, they're controlling the game. But this is back-to-back games where they had to get, the winner in either the 88th or in stoppage time. So, teams are playing them close. And to me, that is a warning because weird stuff happens in sports, particularly in soccer. And you let somebody hang around long enough and you give them some life and you give them some hope. Bad things can happen to you. Belgium did that at the close of the first half. It was the first half dominated by Spain, and yet Belgium took their one opportunity, their one shot on goal, and was able to bury the rebound. And just like that, even though Spain had been in control, they're in the locker room tied at 1-1. And that's the third time this tournament that Spain was in the halftime locker room, sitting on a tie result at the moment. So, that would concern me. You watch them, they're always in control. They've got it. But again, weird stuff happens. And, I think if you're Spain, you would like to have that lead a little bit earlier because they're so good with the lead as well, right? They just take the air out of the game and they knock it around and they possess it. But I would say that I think France has another gear as well. Arguably, they might have two more gears, maybe a gear that I didn't even know existed they have as well. That's how good they've been playing this tournament.
Talking to Rob Stone, who is graciously joining us from SoFi, Fox Sports and Fox broadcaster supreme, and very gracious, Rob, of you to make some time for us. Dude, I'm sorry to embarrass you. It's amazing how good you're doing in this tournament, given the fact that you have more frequent flyer miles than George Clooney and Up in the Air. You are everywhere, dude. Like, every time I turn on my TV, you're in a different American city, and I love that you're back home in L.A. I don't know, Rob, your philosophy on when you're sort of talking, when you're doing the gig and you and the panel, how much you want to go deep on sort of for soccer heads and how much you want to speak to a casual audience. For someone that maybe is tuning in, because the ratings have been great, but is not a soccer expert, can you just explain, clarify who Lamine Yamal is, and maybe there's a comp in American sports, or what this young guy for the Spain national team that you saw today, what he represents for the sport?
Yeah, just 18, so he turns 19 on Monday, so just hit the pause button there, right? Like, we're talking one of the best players in the world at an incredibly challenging sport, and he's not even 19 yet. Look at your 19-year-olds in your household, people who are listening to this in greater LA area, right? Are they ready for this type of stage? I'm like, when my kid turned 19, I was like, do you really need that driver's license? Like, is this a good thing? I'm not sure anybody wants to insure you. What are we doing here? So this kid has handled an incredible stage, and, he does it in Spain on the club level. He's doing it with the national team as well. If you're looking for a parallel, I think probably the easiest thing you're doing is, you're looking at these McDonald's All-Americans in high school, and you're saying this is a type of kid who's going to jump right to the pros, and he's going to make an immediate impact, and he's going to be a scoring guard or a power forward type guy. That's what Lamine Yamal is, because this is a guy who makes an impact at Barcelona as a teenager, makes an impact for the Spanish national team, the second-ranked nation in the world as a teenager. Like, that doesn't happen often. You can look at NBA and these kids who go from high school to the NBA. What kind of impact do they really make, right? LeBron James, of course, is an absolute outlier back in the day, but, they're kind of role players and they're getting a couple minutes here and there. Yamal is a key figure. He is one of the first things that is brought up when the opposition is having their chalk talk, right? Where's number 19? There he is. Watch out for him. Yeah, but, the braces. Yeah. I know he just got his braces off, but just please trust me, watch out for this guy. So what he does, in attack mode is really special. Watch how tight that ball stays to his feet and the different directions and how quickly those movements happen in really tight space with elite athletes pressuring you and almost standing on your feet, and how he's able to escape and how he's able to get off a quick shot. He hasn't scored yet this World Cup, but, I was with Javier Hernandez Chicharito, and we were sitting next to each other watching this game, and probably about 5 or 6 times we were smacking each other's arms and sides and jumping up because he was doing something. Like, he was pulling us out of our seat, and he was coming off a hamstring injury leading into this World Cup. So his minutes had been managed, and he went the full 90 last game and did that again today. And you could see him today, kind of like calibrating, right? Like tweaking things, fine tuning, saying to himself, oh, all right, I got this guy, I got this cut. All right, I need to put a little bit more bend on this shot next time. You could see him kind of working his way into full form, and I think that's going to be a big concern for France on Tuesday.
We're talking to the legendary Rob Stone here on DMAC and Reiter 97.1 The Fan. Rob, you look at France, you look at Kylian Mbappe, who's already a dominant player, one of the greatest players in the game, but he just takes that to another level in the World Cup. How do you just kind of describe the tournament that Mbappe's having and just how much of a juggernaut this France team looks like they are?
Yeah, we came on the air kind of doing, the normal little Hollywood stuff. And I had a comparison of what Spain was and what Belgium was. But then we went to, the blockbuster, the megastar, and that was France, and that's led by Mbappe. But France is kind of like the Ocean's 11 franchise, where you're like, oh, dude, man, Clooney and Damon and Pitt, and there's Julia Roberts, and there's, Cheadle, there's all these great actors. But in the end, it's kind of Pitt and Clooney's show, right? when you look at France, they have so many leading men that are just absolutely elite and playing in their prime. But when it's said and done, you clearly know who that guy is, right? It's Mbappe. It's no doubt about it. You could take an absolute novice to this sport, plunk him down. Hey, watch this game on TV or live, and tell me who's the guy who's best out there, or who's the guy that we should fear the most. And I think probably 10 out of 10 are going to go, that guy who's wearing number 10, Mbappe. So he's at a different level right now. He is playing with this relaxed, composed smile on his face where he just knows he's got it under control. And France is just absolutely steamrolling. That's, when it's all said and done, should they win it, we might be reflecting back saying this might be the greatest World Cup championship team ever.
Rob Stone, that leads right into what I'm afraid to ask you, because as DMAC saw with me screaming in the hallway here at 97.1 The Fan, I'm a big Spain fan, and I get very weirdly loud and emotional when nothing. Like, I was screaming, and everyone ran over to the TV, and DMAC was like, "They're just dribbling, dude. They're what are you doing? They're in midfield." I think Spain's amazing, and you noted that they're the second sort of best team by rankings and sort of odds entering the tournament. They obviously have Lamine Yamal. That said, and you just walked us through how good this France team is, what kind of a chance really do you give Spain to be able to beat France and a one-off?
A great chance, Bill. Absolutely. I think I have to favor France. I think you'd be silly not to if you just, take off your La Roja glasses or take off your French glasses. If you're just kind of eyeballing this, you're like, France is the favorite, but not by much. It's a slim margin. So, now we're talking health, or we're talking, a random yellow card or a penalty kick that happens that totally changes the face, the theme, and the tone of a game. I give France the edge, but if I'm sitting there in Dallas on Tuesday and I'm like, wow, Spain is off to the final, it wouldn't shock me. It's not a jaw dropper. It's probably because they really earned it. And Spain is an incredible team, and we're so fortunate to have that type of showdown. We don't always get these type of dream matchups that we're hoping for, particularly the final. But, at least we're getting it on the semifinal stage. I think it's probably like 60-40, 55-45 type thing in favor of France. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if Spain is able to just outpossess them and knock it around and frustrate France and make them agitated and eager to get the ball, and they somehow kind of collapse under that, or pressure too much, or France makes a jailbreak type move and Spain is able to catch them on the counter. So I like France, but Spain winning and moving on to the final would not surprise me in the least.
Rob Stone, music to my ears, my friend. I'll take it. I'll take it, buddy.
Yeah, and Rob, he's a big Spain fan. I still got my Team USA jersey. I'm wearing it today. I'm still trying to recover because it was a tough loss. I mean, but when you look at what this team did, and you look at them just capturing the imagination of this country, just building and growing the game of soccer, you guys set ratings records, over 33 million, I believe. I saw over 50 million people watch. It was the most watched non-NFL sporting event in U.S. television in 34 years, and I'm sure you're a big reason why, by the way. But also, when you look at the Team USA and just the fallout of that Belgium loss, I mean, what does stand out for you when it comes to viewing this team? Was it a success? Was it a failure? Was it something in between? Just what's your biggest takeaway and how you assess the performance of the U.S. men's national soccer team?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that equation, and there were a ton of wins. What that team did through the first, we'll say 4 games of just building this energy and this emotion around the program and bringing in millions of new fans to the sport and to that team. And now the key is to hold on to them and grow it and expand it. But the visuals of how it ended with Belgium are going to stick with a lot of people, and there's going to be many folks out there who are going to say, "Oh yeah, same old U.S. team, right? Can only make it so far when their president puts his thumb on the scale, and they've got favored nation status in the World Cup draw, and they had an easy group, and blah 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 blah." So I think there's some real validity on both sides of the point. I'm a half full kind of guy, so I look at it as this was a positive. Those first couple of weeks cheering on this team and believing and saying, why not us? And it wasn't just me saying that. It was millions of Americans out there. I think in the end, that's a win. I certainly wish they went out, and I know they do too, with a little greater fight, some better visuals, better optics, rather than kind of that sour taste that they left so many true fans with. But I'm on the 405 right now. I'm looking to my right, and I'm staring at a Michelob Ultra sign, and it's got 4 American stars on this huge billboard, and that's cool, and that's an amazing visual, and that doesn't happen all the time. And the problem is we're not going to see that for another 4 years. So what does soccer in this country, what does American soccer do with these next 4 years till the next World Cup is really going to be critical. But our country, whether it's the national team or our country as a whole, has absolutely showed out this tournament. The embrace that they have given visitors and fans from other countries, how welcoming they have been, how enjoyable this tournament has been. I can't imagine there are many people who spent a ton of money coming over here who are going to go back home and be like, that was an awful trip. What a waste of time and money. I think they're going to be smiling about their Waffle House adventures at 2 a.m. and telling their friends what a Costco and a Walmart is, the drives through the South or different parts of our country. And, somebody, I would love to have some random German explaining to his friend the difference between, Kansas City barbecue and Carolina barbecue. Guys, it's in the vinegar, it's in the sauce, that type of stuff I think has been really great. And, I think there are a lot of hesitations about what this summer would be and how people would react and how our country would be seen. And I think when it's all said and done, we made a lot of fans. We turned a lot of people into fans of America.
The outstanding Rob Stone, Fox soccer host, Fox Sports soccer host, joining us from the best city in the world on maybe it's worse stretch of road at the 405. I grimaced when I'm going to be on that later, Rob. I'll be on that.
It's not great, Billy, but it is what it is.
I'll be on that in 3 hours.
Can we get on a surface street for crying out loud? Oh, there's the airport right there.
I know, dude. I feel for you. All right, so not to bring up old stuff, but I do want to lean into your expertise here on this red card situation, and obviously Balogun being able to play, and whether it's what you gleaned from the panel, and you all did and are still doing such a great job in Fox Sports' coverage of the World Cup, what you've been able to sort of ascertain from people around the tournament or the U.S. men's national team or from your own sense, what has been the general view in the soccer world for the U.S. men's national team to the fact that Balogun got to play?
Yeah, I think overall we're not in favor of it. It wasn't the right thing to do in the way it happened. Having said that, it was the wrong call. They went around, they used the wrong variables to come to that conclusion. And I do like the fact that mistakes can be changed. Major League Soccer here in the U.S. does this all the time. On Sundays or Mondays, we'll get these emails saying, hey, this was rescinded or this was added. They've gone back and kind of corrected things, right? Hey, we made a mistake. This should be a greater penalty, and this wasn't a penalty, that type of stuff. So I'm okay with that. I appreciate that, but it needs to be done in a timely manner. So had FIFA within 24 hours or so come out and said, hey, man, we kind of botched this one. Sorry about that. Tough break. Shouldn't have been a red card. It won't be a red card. He's available to play. I think a lot of people would have been but I kind of get it, right? But the fact that it took so many days and then the news comes out the day before the game. So Belgium had clearly been, planning their game plan, knowing that Balogun would not be available. And now you're telling them all of a sudden their best player is now available. Not fair, right? The fact that there were some political undertones to this. Don't love that. Don't love the optics or the noise around that. But that is what it is. Part of me is well, I'm glad we have a high-ranking official who cares about my sport. It's about time. But in the end, I think the soccer world says that shouldn't have been done. That wasn't the right thing to do. And overall, I think a majority of the people and an ultra majority of the people would say, I wish it hadn't happened that way.
And then, Rob, Christian Pulisic, he faced a lot of criticism after the Belgium loss. Didn't score a goal, did have the assist, came out later, he was dealing with a little bit of an injury. Just how do you view his tournament? Do you think that maybe some of that criticism that he suffered was just a little over the top, or just how do you view the tournament that he had? And do you think that he uses this as fuel to get back to the World Cup next time and have a better showing?
No, I think the criticism was fair. There were a lot of expectations built on him because he's a great player, and all the great players have showed up at this World Cup. Just look at the Golden Boot race and some of the talents that just keep scoring and doing magical things. So Christian Pulisic is a highly respected player, and he did not perform to the level that we were expecting and what he was expecting. And injuries absolutely had a part to play in it. When he went down versus Belgium, I knew what the conversation would be, that people would just jump on him. And I actually said, I can't remember who was next to me. I was like, I hope he's really hurt, like when he got off the field. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it like, I hope it's a real injury and he couldn't continue, rather than this kind of hurts and this aches and I'm gonna take a pass for the rest of this game. So we find out, it is a real injury, a microfracture. He's going to be out roughly a month and change. But overall, disappointing. Part of the disappointment is unfair in the sense that I just think his personality doesn't lend to somebody carrying the weight of their national team and their program. That's just not who he is. That's not how he's built, and that's fine. That's not for everybody. But he had been placed in this situation. His face was all over billboards and commercials, and you're going to get those expectations because of that. So overall, I think he will tell you this is not what he wanted. This is not what he dreamed of. He thought it would be a deeper run, and it would be a run that was triggered much more by some of his activities.
Rob Stone, you and your entire team and all of Fox Sports, you guys have crushed the coverage so far of the World Cup. And for people that don't know, Rob is working his ass off and flying all over the country, and I'm sure not sleeping. So for you to make time for Doug and I is extremely cool and extremely kind. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you, and hope you get to enjoy a little bit of your night, and hope you're not on the 405 much longer.
Just got off the 405.
All right.
I'll see you in the sauna at the club. All right, Bill?
You got it, buddy. I'll see you there.
We'll leave you with that visual, everybody.
See you, buddy. See you, dude. I love Rob Stone. He's such a good guy. He's so good at his job.
That was awesome,
All right,
dude.
so that's the thing. Like, I know Rob well, but now we're always in the sauna at the same time. I'm like, what's up, dude?
Hey, man. I love it. I love it, man. Led to an awesome guest.
He was
Incredible.
great, dude.
He's amazing.
He didn't shy away, did he?
Absolutely not. I mean, that's as good as it gets when it comes to a guy that's an incredible professional, but just knows the game, knows ball, candid, just kept it completely honest. So, yeah, I thought that was amazing stuff. I'm even more excited about the World Cup. I'm also kind of sad about my U.S., by the way.
I do. He lied, but he was like, that a boy. He definitely, like, politely took a shot at me, but rightfully so. Because I was like, Spain, let's go. Everything's fine. And you're like, hey, man.
And I'm like,
America.
I'm proud to be an American.
He was with
for
you,
at
bro.
least I know. Yeah, that was.
Don't stop.
I'm free.
Okay, do stop.
Okay, yeah.
DMAC and Reiter, the new 97.1 The Fan. There is a problem with the Jonathan Kuminga pursuit. It's called cash money. We'll get into it next here on DMAC and Reiter. What up, LA? Doug McCain, Bill Reiter with you. DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. If you're watching on the stream at The Fan LA, on YouTube, you will see we found food again. Man, they just bring food here all the time. This is the greatest place I've ever worked.
It's awesome food, too.
It's so good.
These noodles are delicious.
I love eating food, dude. I don't usually do it during the radio show.
Popular opinion.
It's so good.
I like eating food.
Yeah, was that a mark? Am I going to win a macaroni award for that? For commentary, the Pulitzer goes to Bill Reiter for the world famous I like eating food. Phone number 855-97 LA fan. So we chopped. You okay? We chopped it up. We chopped it up a lot yesterday on Jonathan Kuminga and the ways in which he could fit and what some scouts thought. Some reporting out today from Jake, I think it's from Jake Fisher, that says that Kuminga wants $25 million per year. Now, yesterday's reporting, this sort of confirms what we sort of knew, which is that the Lakers and Kuminga were far apart on a deal. The Lakers were sort of looking at maybe $10 million a year. $25 million a year is a lot of money, dude. And I will say this. They need a wing. The Lakers, this is a position and maybe a player that makes sense. We went through his per 36-minute numbers. We talked about the fact here on DMAC and Reiter that Steve Kerr and the Warriors, for all the things that they're good at or exceptional at, player development and managing young players successfully is not one of them. And the sort of the logical and potential next step of that is there might be some really talented players who come out of Golden State who have a higher ceiling than we think because the Warriors mismanaged them and didn't trust them. That applies to Kuminga. But, bro, not at $25 million a year.
That's a ton of dough for him. It really is. I mean, I think that Jonathan Kuminga has a lot of confidence in his abilities. I will say this. I saw a pretty interesting stat about Jonathan Kuminga, and that is that when he plays more than 30 minutes a game, he averages 20.8 points per game. That's kind of wild. What do you think about it?
Can I have that again, dude? That's a great...
So when Jonathan Kuminga plays more than 30 minutes per game, he averages 20.8 points per game.
That's a great stat, dude.
And if that's the case, if I'm his agent, I'm saying, wait a second. So you're selling us on a bigger opportunity where I could get 25 to 30-plus minutes per game. Well, guess what? This is how I look. And yes, it could be some limited sample sizes there, but still, I mean, you need a 6'7" athletic defensive wing that can score. It's a ton of money from him. That's Peyton Watson, really, more than that. So it's a lot, and maybe there are some things about Jonathan Kuminga that rub teams the wrong way, and it kind of fits with some of the things that are attached to him that don't look good. Kind of people get the DeAndre Ayton vibes where he thinks that he's worth more than he actually should be and that he thinks he's better than he is. But that's the thing about the Lakers. I mean, they need to bring in guys that they can get their upside and get the best version of them, and that would fit with that.
Jake Fisher has, because he wasn't aggregated. He spoke somewhere and he was quoted accurately, and he has updated. I'm just going to read this to you. To be clear, this is Jake Fisher very recently. To be clear, said on yesterday's show, Jonathan Kuminga is looking for more in the $25 million AAV ballpark compared to the Lakers' previously reported 2 for $20 offer, not more than. And Kuminga is also open to various deal structures depending on fit and role with Lakers, Cavs, and suitors. So he's not, but it's the same. We are right on this, but if you've been consuming the content, some people apparently are aggregating wrong. He's not asking for more than 25. He's asking for in the range of $25 million a year.
And that's your prove-it year.
The salaries that are out there are not as... $25 million is not as much as it was 5 years ago or even 3 years ago. I think the Austin Reeves contract is going to look really, really good if Austin Reeves is good, is worthy of being a number 2 or number 3 on a team even. I'm trying to talk myself into $25 million. I can't do it, dude. I can't talk myself into $25 million a year for Jonathan Kuminga.
I mean, he's an above-average defender, but he's not like a lockdown defender like a Vando. Like, he has the potential to do for this team still. I think it's interesting to me because it feels like Cleveland is probably keeping their powder dry until LeBron decides, and that people that are waiting for this to happen are probably in the Kuminga camp, where after LeBron James signs, I think Kuminga does possibly lose some leverage in that, but does he want to play for a bad team? Does he think a team like the Lakers will execute a sign-and trade for him? Does he think he could get close to that $25 million range? I mean, that's a lot. And if him and his agent are demanding that, it's going to take a team that's really, really invested and willing to buy into what he could be, because he has very intriguing potential, but you are spending a lot of that money on what you think he has the chance to be, not what he's proven to be.
I wonder if there's a world where they could operate at a little bit higher amount of money. I mean, also there's some restrictions on what the Lakers can do, and you just let him have a player option, right, in year 2 or year 3 or whatever it is, and just let him bet on himself with the Lakers, because part of what he needs to do, like part of my pitch to Jonathan Kuminga would be, you are young, you did not get trusted or utilized properly. You're and I would even say this to him, as Doug McCain said on DMAC and Reiter, your average scoring over 30 minutes per game is this. Your per 36-minute numbers, right, sort of reflect that same reality. When you get to play, you're good, but you didn't work out with the Warriors. Atlanta didn't want you at that price. You need to go somewhere and have success. And what he needs to do, what Jonathan Kuminga requires, is to go to a team for a couple years and to play at a high level. He needs to go to a place that's going to maximize his ability to make a lot of money in the next deal. Not this deal. This isn't the deal where you get rich by basketball standards. It's the next deal. And whether or not it's a good fit for the Lakers or not, I think the Lakers in this context are a great fit for Jonathan Kuminga. You get to start, you play on the wing, you play with a Luka Doncic sort of focused team that has massive ambitions. You're going to be seen all the time, and you're going to be put in a position to have the absolute opportunity for the first time in your career to have life be easy for you and to showcase if you're worthy of being a star. Luka makes life easy on guys like Jonathan Kuminga. They need players to play at a high level defensively on the wing. They don't have those. So if he can be better than you and I, and this executive that texted me yesterday, think he can be defensively, he can prove it here, and you're going to be featured on a team that has a high ceiling. To me, the Lakers pitch isn't, we'll give you $25 million now. It's, you come here on a short deal, we'll structure it in a way that makes sense. You will make a lot more than $25 million when your next contract is up.
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers have had success with that. I mean, look at Marcus Smart last season, right?
Yeah,
he enters the market.
Alex Caruso.
Who
they failed on, but
absolutely. They made a huge mistake there. Even guys like Lonnie Walker, guys like Malik Monk, they have had some pretty successful reclamation projects for the Lakers. But I will say that if you are the Lakers and you're viewing Kuminga as a starter, and by a lot of accounts, Mamu isn't a starter. They're looking for him to play 20 minutes, something in that range. If Kuminga's going to start for you in a role that he's never had on a team before, he didn't have that role with the Warriors, didn't have that team for the Hawks. I mean, look at last year. Even with DeAndre Ayton starting for you, you really were a top 3 team in the West for a long stretch towards the end there, and you won a playoff series. So would the Lakers have been better with Jackson Hayes starting? No, I think they were better with DeAndre Ayton starting. So even though you get Kuminga in that role, maybe he could help elevate this team. Because, look, if you are signing a guy to be a starter, a guy that's going to be a impact wing player, and you want to get the most out of him, you have to pay for it. You have to overpay in situations like this. Now, the problem with the Lakers, they don't have a lot of money to overpay with necessarily. But, look, the thing we know about Kuminga that's been reported by multiple different reporters is that they have prioritized signing him from the beginning of free agency. So that tells me that Kuminga is still on the Lakers' plan A. So this could just be some negotiating, some smoke screens on both sides, and we'll see. Does he buy into a better role in L.A.? You play for the purple and gold. You blow up your brand. You got more opportunities from that standpoint. You play with Luka, and then down the line, you could also get another contract even with the Lakers.
Here's my worry. And look, I'm far from a CBA contract expert. Those things are really difficult. But as I understand it, as I've researched it, that if you pay him $25 million per year, even in a sign and trade, you're going to be hard capped at the first apron. You can do it, but it's really hard to do. And the reason that this is significant if you're the Lakers, like I understand the gambling, all the things you have to do to try to make sure you win and that you're good post LeBron and that you surround Luka Doncic with the right players. I got all that. If you hard cap yourself in the first apron, you lose massive amounts of flexibility. So if anything goes wrong, if Austin Reeves doesn't work out, if Walker Kessler doesn't work out, if this combination of players is unsuccessful, you don't have any flexibility or any ability to try to make adjustments. And adjustments at the next trade deadline or even the next free agency would be hard regardless. But you lock yourself into what you've done with almost no opportunity for change. If Kuminga is worth $25 million is an important question, maybe. if Kuminga is worth $25 million to a Lakers team where they get hard capped and the lack of flexibility that it suddenly gives them, I think the answer is no. Or it's certainly in a risky offseason, and maybe it works, right? I think you and I are generally optimistic about what the Lakers have done. This increases the risk factor by 50x, dude.
Yeah, I think that you have to consider the other factors, though. I mean, I think in this situation, fortune favors the bold, and it would be a bold move to go and get him. But here's the thing.
Does fortune, I know the expression. Do you think, I'm not sure I
it
always
does.
believe that.
I mean, it's a risk worth taking.
It's hard sometimes to differentiate the bold from the stupid, though, right? Like, I mean, really, yeah, boldness is great. Idiocy disguised as like, I'm bold is worrisome.
That's true, but I mean,
I'm gonna swim out to Catalina.
If you're stranded on the desert and someone offers you water, you don't haggle over the price, right? They are stranded in the desert without water because you have a team that really does not have that athletic wing.
But if you're stranded in the desert and somebody's like, "There's a well right there, and I promise it's going to work, and give me the last of your money," and there's no money, there's no water in that well, and once you buy it, you get over there, then you're gonna die of dehydration. Like that, I don't think. I think in the details here is some risk that makes.
But the thing is, they've already kind of made their bed with a lot of these roster moves they've already made. Most of these guys are on 3-year deals with player options.
You can't. Yeah, but dude, like. You cannot. If you're telling me the Lakers can't be successful if they don't get Jonathan Kuminga, then you have to fire Rob Pelinka yesterday.
It's not that they can't be successful; is that it raises their ceiling of what they have the potential to be. I mean, you know what's wild? He would be younger than Dalton Connect and Jake LaRavia.
He's young. Look,
he would instantly be their most athletic player on the entire team.
If he's the priority, though, you should have gotten him before Mamu, because I'm telling you, and I know it's like boring and it's kind of hard to get our minds around. I know we have to break too. Sorry, Bursch, but. The aprons are punitive and they're problematic. And most of the teams that have failed the last few years have flirted above the apron, thought they could make it work, and didn't. See the Phoenix Suns. It really creates such massive problems that if your project doesn't go through, you are rebuilding even if you're LA and you're not able to. I would caution people to be very worried about the boring sort of applications of the CBA. What's not boring is the National Football League, and we're going to get into that by previewing the NFC East. Transition of the year. Macaroni Ward back on. Next, DMAC and Reiter. the show, DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury? Visit calldowntown.com, calldowntown.com. I don't know what it is with you, dude. Either I'm drinking water and you make me laugh, or you make a joke and then I start laughing 20 seconds later. I'm trying to tell people about DTLA Law Group.
Let's go.
Come on. Stop being so funny. You are a hilarious dude. It is time for the NFL report.
All right, this is the NFL report where we started this week where we are going division by division ahead of the opening of training camps. The training camps are opening a little over a week away from the opening of training camps. So right now we're working our way through the NFC. Today we've got the NFC East, where the Eagles, of course, won the division last year. This offseason, they traded away A.J. Brown. They drafted Mekhi Lemon. They added Reek Woolen and Jonathan Greenard.
I am always amazed, DMAC, how the Eagles can have one of the best GMs in football and always have a terrible coach who happens to have won a Super Bowl, so they get to keep their job. I am not a Sirianni guy.
Yeah, I can tell, man. You've thrown shots at Nick Sirianni a couple times on this show.
Have I? Good.
You have. You really have. I mean, look, you talk about Andrew Friedman a lot. I mean, Howie Roseman, I think, is the closest thing the NFL has to a version of what Andrew Friedman does, as far as he just always feels like
it's crazy.
He has the magic touch, the right feel for when to let veteran players walk, when to bring in new guys, to bring them in. And that's the Eagles team that's not going to have A.J. Brown. Is that a big cloud that has been lifted in Philly? You still have Jalen Hurts, and you brought in Reek Woolen. You
Jalen Hurts guy?
I'm not the biggest Jalen Hurts guy.
They don't love him in Philly that much either, which is crazy given the fact that he's won a Super Bowl.
He's good. He runs their system. I don't think he can win you games like the Josh Allens or the Mahomes and guys like that. I mean,
I don't disagree with you. The thing is, I'm not a big Jalen Hurts guy either, but I would rather have him than Lamar Jackson because I know he can win those games. And I know Lamar's got 2 MVPs, so I understand sort of the reasons for. Jalen Hurts is never discussed when we talk about the best quarterbacks, even as he's not on the list. Even it's like if you and I this, I'm sure we will do. Who are the top 5 quarterbacks? I may not put or top three. I may not put Lamar Jackson on there, but then I'll defend him why he's not on there. Half the time we just forget it that Jalen Hurts exists. It's weird.
We do. I mean, I think that's the thing about Jalen Hurts because he doesn't do anything extraordinary, right? He's not someone that can completely ruin a game on the ground like a Lamar Jackson. He's not one of the elite throwers of the football. Is he one of the top 10 to 15 quarterbacks in the league? He's above average. I mean,
bro,
you don't think so?
I mean, top 15's disrespectful. And I love it. I'm here for it. I like it. It may even be accurate. It's just so disrespectful. It's amazing.
He's a great quarterback, but he has a lot of great players around him. I mean, I think that's the thing about what he does in Philly is really an idealized version, I think, of what we see Brock Purdy do with the 49ers. I mean, he's a really good quarterback. He's a good leader. The way their offense is structured, they're conservative at times. They lead on the run game. You have Saquon Barkley there. You have a really good offensive line. They're not going to air it out as much with Jalen Hurts as they probably should. I mean, last season, you saw the frustration with A.J. Brown. That's why he wanted to be gone. You still have Devontae Smith. You still have weapons, and I think that he's perfect for the scheme that they want to run, where they want to limit restrict.
Rank his arm talent 0 to 100.
Probably give him like a 79.
Oh, you hate him. You low.
He can make throws. He can make throws. He's a solid arm.
The Cowboys, they finished second, under 500. This offseason, they gave George Pickens the franchise tag. They traded for Rashawn Gary. They drafted Caleb Downs. They replaced Matt Eberflus with Christian Parker at defensive coordinator.
When I was doing the old national radio show for Odyssey, I would have certain names of people, and I would only call them by that name. And for me, he was always Matt Eberflus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That it's one of those things where we always kind of unite.
Urban mired in dysfunction is
Oh, I know. We should have let Rob know about that.
Yeah, I probably won't share that one with Rob Stone. I probably won't. They do a podcast. They do a great podcast together.
Look, they're the Dallas Cowboys, right? They're always going to be under a microscope. You still have Dak Prescott. It should be an explosive offense. You have CeeDee Lamb. There's a lot of top-end talent. I think the big interesting thing about them is, did they kill in the draft? Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State. He was once seen as a top 5 pick. He kind of falls in the draft, had a little bit of a knee issue. So if they hit in the draft, that's going to be interesting because now they're without Michael
They're
Parsons.
The Angels of the National Football League.
That's insane.
Yes, they're just people like Jerry. Jerry's awful at his job. He is a destructive force of nature. They haven't won a playoff game since probably you've been alive. Like, they are a joke, dude. They're a joke, dude. Like, every time, even you, like, wrap them up in this level of respect they don't deserve.
Weedham boys.
They should have.
They're still the Cowboys. They're still the Cowboys.
Who cares? America's team. No, man. Don't put that label because America's great and they're losers.
It's not that they're a winning team.
They're Canada's team. I'm just kidding, Canada.
It's the fact that when
the
the Cowboys are the ultimate version of you can either love the Cowboys or hate the Cowboys, but you're going to pay attention to the Cowboys. One way or the other.
I don't want to. I hope it's the last time we talk about them because they're going to win 7 games this year.
Their helmet's it's a rating, not a logo. It's a 1-star team. But no, we'll see what happens this year with the boys.
All right, Stephen A. McCain.
How about them Cowboys?
The Commanders finished 3rd this offseason. They fired Cliff Kingsbury. They signed Odafe Owe.
That's it. That's
about it.
Got it.
Hey, look, the thing about Jaden Daniels is...
Joe Theismann is a friend of mine if we ever want to have him on the show.
Let's do it.
But he's not local. Is that somebody we want?
I would definitely have Joe Theismann, Notre Dame. Maybe when USC and Notre Dame kind of get their rivalry, we could talk about...
great camp. That was a weird name drop just in the middle of a segment. Sorry.
Do you like the fact that he changed the pronunciation of his name to try to Joe Theismann to Joe Theismann?
Dude, what do you... My last name is Reiter, E-I. It's German. It's an I pronunciation.
I thought it was Reiter.
I know you did.
Call back, but look, I think the Commanders, they're big... They're what they need to do this year is see if Jaden Daniels can establish himself as a top 5 to 10 guy.
That's what it is, man. Like my confidence level in him is pretty high, by the way.
It is?
Yeah, I mean, like we've seen sort of C.J. Stroud. We've seen this where guys come out of the gate really, really hot, and then the league figures them out, and or they don't sort of live up to whatever habits got them there. I'm not covering those teams. Yeah, I am hot. I think Jaden Daniels can be very, very good.
I do too. I need him to prove it more. I think that
I'm with you on that.
I think there's a world where the success of a couple years ago might have been a fluke. I really truly do believe that. I don't love the firepower and explosive. You got Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, that receiver from Ohio State. I'm not a big Commanders guy.
I'm with you on the Commanders. But I like their quarterback, and if you have a quarterback, but you said it, he's got to prove it.
Yep.
And, of course, last in the division was the Giants this offseason. They hired John Harbaugh. Russell Wilson retired. They added 2 top 10 picks. So they also lost Dexter Lawrence and Wan'Dale Robinson.
I'm confused here because on the one hand, the Giants are losers. On the other hand, Harbaugh's win. Harbaugh's are winners. There are some people who think the game passed this particular Harbaugh by with Ravens. I'm not one of them. I don't know about this year. I think John Harbaugh is going to win with the Giants over the next couple years.
Yeah, that's the biggest. So you get a guy that has won a Super Bowl. You put that Harbaugh name in New York, the G-Men, and you also get Jackson Dart. Can Jackson Dart emerge as one of the better quarterbacks? Can he build off what he did last season before the injury? I mean, I still like Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau. They got one of the best edge rushing duos. But, yeah, the Giants, they're in perpetual rebuild mode right now, and they haven't been good for a long time. So Harbaugh's got that special sauce. I think they're a sleeper team in that division.
Coach.
Yes.
Would you agree?
I would agree with that.
I mean,
someone to prove it was stale in Baltimore.
They're further away than his brother was when he came here to L.A., right?
Yeah.
They don't have arm talent guy.
The G-Men.
But I do think like, again, I don't think it's this year, but you have the right head coach in the National Football League at that level. I think good things can happen. And you know when good things happen? They happen on Fridays, right here on 97.1 The Fan, because this is when we do The List. We do this every Friday. It's always fun. It's a little deranged. It gets off the rails. We are ranking the best and worst moments of Doug's career on the radio. Just kidding. We're doing a TV rankings next year on DMAC and Reiter. Welcome back into the show. DMAC and Reiter. Presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Accident or injury? Text injury help to 40222. That is injury help to 40222. Dude, this food, it's a siren song, man. I can hear it call. Bill, I'm here.
Eat me.
For real. Seymour.
Yes.
It's like the opposite of the feed me. Man, so good. All right. 855-97-LA fan is the phone number. We're hanging out. I totally forgot. I'm like a mess. It's a Friday mess. You know what? It's time for the list.
The best.
The list.
The worst.
Go!
This is your top 5, bottom 5 on DMAC and Reiter.
Bam! I put on my phone. All right. We're doing TV shows today. So we enjoyed the kind of random Emmy conversation we had yesterday.
Streets are loving it.
You crushed me on that, bro.
I don't know if I deserve that award, but I will take any award that's given to me.
Yeah, that's funny. I want that award, even though we just made it up. But you earned it. You took it. All right, so we've ranked our favorite and least favorite TV shows of all time, because why not? Because it's Emmy time, and we decided to. You want to go first?
You go first? We're doing best?
I think we do best first.
Okay, let's hit it.
All right, am I going first?
I'll go,
Or you go first.
I'll go first.
You
I think
do
I usually go first.
Number 5.
Number 5, I got to go with The Simpsons. The Simpsons absolutely changed
Good one.
entertainment. It's been just a part of the overall vocabulary. They're just, Homer was the best character. Bart, I've seen every episode, the seasons 1 through 12, probably 7 or 8 times. It's on constant loop. Simpsons at number 5.
My son does the exact same thing. It's just always on in the house. We were at in West Hollywood, there is the greatest bookstore I've ever stepped foot in. It's a first edition bookstore, and they have a Simpsons book that is signed by every member of the cast. And the creator wrote a cartoon in the book that is, there's nowhere else in the world where you can see this sort of, and it's like $7,000.
Yeah, they're, to me, they're like the Beatles of animation, man. Like, they didn't just make great songs, but they basically changed what animation
They're
could
also
be.
psychic, dude.
Oh, yeah, no.
They predict all this stuff.
Yeah, they did. They predicted
scary.
smart glasses,
Trump's presidency.
Trump's presidency, all video calls, smart watches.
I haven't seen recent episodes, but is there an episode from 4 years ago where like DMAC and Reiter argue about Shohei Ohtani for the 100th time?
It's got to be there
Probably
somewhere.
in there.
Absolutely. So, Simpsons number 5, let's keep it rolling.
Number 4.
Okay.
Number 4, I got to go
Keep it on track.
Seinfeld. Got to go Jerry Seinfeld and the Seinfeld gang. I mean, the thing about Seinfeld, they absolutely changed a lot of things too. Vocabulary, the yada, yada, yada. The soup Nazi, Kramer and George and Jerry and Elaine. I mean, it's another show, seasons 1 through 9. It's just an all-time great show. You could rewatch it again and again and again. I don't know. Seinfeld's just so classy. That's my comfort show.
What character would you be?
I think I'm like a combination of Kramer and George.
I'm glad you. No, I was gonna go Kramer if crossed with someone who's cool. There's no one cool in that show.
Yeah,
There's no one cool in that show. Well, maybe Elaine.
Yeah, I actually remember. It's definitely. I actually remember I wrote myself into the show once for some exercise. I have a Photoshop I'll show you after if you want, where me and the Seinfeld gang, where I did this other character that was like a Wall Street guy that would hang out with them. But yeah, it's a long story. But Seinfeld at number 4.
I love that story.
Number 3.
Number 3, I'm going with The Chappelle Show. I think it's the sketch comedy show that absolutely defined the early 2000s, the iconic skits. I'm Rick James, the player is Haters Ball, the Prince, game blouses. I mean, the Chappelle Show is so influential. I got to go Chappelle Show at number 3.
Number 2.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think you took everything from Seinfeld, but it was Larry David that went to the next level, because you basically get the HBO version of Seinfeld where it's a little more hardcore and it has all of the Larry David stuff behind it. It changed a lot as far as the growth of comedy in HBO and basically what they wanted from it. So to me, Curb Your Enthusiasm, it's crazy. The ski lift, it's just the greatest show. I mean, the Black Swan. There's so many great episodes. The Pants Tent. You know what the Pants Tent?
So this is full disclosure. I've only seen maybe 11 Curbs in my life.
Really?
And the people in my life that know me and love me or like me tell me that I live a Curb life.
You got to watch it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Curb.
I want to.
Curb very high. And then...
Number 2 is high, dude.
I mean, look, I thought about The Wire. I thought about Breaking Bad. But I just got to talk about the ones I continue to watch. But
Number 1.
Number 1, this is the easiest for me. It was The Sopranos. The Sopranos was the show that really ushered in that genre of 1-hour dramas. I mean, you wouldn't have Breaking Bad. You wouldn't have the Game of Thrones, The Wires, those types of shows.
Sammy
the
just
quality.
co-signed. You got a co-sign from Sammy.
I mean,
think.
hey, I've rewatched I've rewatched it 3 times all the way through. And look, we know what happened at the last episode. It went to black.
Oh, yeah.
We know Tony got popped.
He dead, dude.
The bell rings. He looks up.
It's a terrible ending.
And it's over. The members only, man. It was kind of a callback to The Godfather there.
It's a terrible ending.
You think it's a terrible ending?
I do.
You know what? I thought about it first, but once you look into it, remember when Bobby Bacalari, he said that you probably won't ever hear it when it happens?
No, I get the entire idea.
They're closing on. So I got Sopranos number 1, man. The finale is just unbelievable. Tony! Furio! Love. Best character in television history, Tony Soprano.
I love that. DMAC and Reiter, the new 97.1, The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. We're doing the list. We do it every single Friday at this time. But before we get into mine, I have several honorable mentions. The Americans, Justified, The Simpsons, The Leftovers, all honorable mentions for me. And I think The Pit, you and I discussed this yesterday. I have it with 1, 2, 3. I have 4 asterisks next to it because I think if it continues at this level for 4 or 5 seasons and ends well, it will be on the list, but it's not yet.
Number 5.
You tell me if this is cheating. I have Band of Brothers here because it's not a movie, right? It's a
miniseries.
And I watched it for the first time a year ago. It is. So here's my hot take. I think it is a better experience than Saving Private Ryan. I think it is on the level of The Godfather 1 and 2 if you watch them back to back. I think Band of Brothers is that good. You've seen it, right?
Number 4.
Yeah, it's insane.
So this next one, this is someone else's line that I stole by justification and sort of motivation to have it here. Someone once told me, life is as much about the joy as the darkness, and not every show can be about the darkness. So I have Friday Night Lights on here with a great big exception. I don't know if you know that you will, but for people that don't, Season 2, they were on NBC for Season 1 and Season 2, and they were worried they were going to get canceled. And they thought they were going to get, and they eventually did get canceled. So they started to just try to hot take it up. And then all of a sudden, the show from episode, I think 2 or 3 of Season 2 to episode 6, there's a murder plot, there's a dead body. And then they get canceled. They go to, was it Fusion? They go somewhere else. I don't remember where it was. And then just pretend that never happened. So you have to watch the show, but when you get to the, like, what is happening, just get through it. And then again, I think, dude, I'm a crier. I'm not afraid to say it. I got some empathy in me. I cried like a baby for some reason. Like the last scene where Coach is like, you know, she goes off to her career and they're together and he's in Philly or somewhere, but then he's like coaching a left, but he still loves football.
Coach Taylor, Eric Taylor.
Oh my God, dude, that show is so good.
Number 3.
I am stunned this didn't come up. You didn't even give it a mention. You Jalen Hurts this show, and this show is basically Patrick Mahomes. Mad Men. Oh my gosh. But wow.
I've never seen Mad Men.
What?
Full disclosure, I have not.
That's Mad Men.
I've seen episodes for sure, but I've never gotten start to finish.
Here's my quick story. When the first season broke out, it wasn't a popular show, and you know, at episode 3 or whatever. And Lori, my wife, and I were driving from Kansas City to St. Louis, and we left our friend's house early to stop in Columbia, Missouri, where we went to college to go to Shakespeare's Pizza, and then get home in time to watch Mad Men. And our friend's like, "You're idiots! Why would you? We never even heard of this. What? It's on AMC. What is that?" And we stopped at Shakespeare's Pizza, and we had spent the entire 2-hour drive talking about it. We parked the car, talked about it. We sat down, talked about it. We're like, this John Hamm guy's going to be a star. We looked to our left. John Hamm is sitting outside.
Whoa.
And we walked. We're in a simulation. We walked over, and I'm like, "You're John Hamm," and he's so cool because, like, yeah, nobody knows who I am. That was my awesome story. I'm going to win a macaroni for that, too.
Number 2.
So I got The Sopranos to 2. We don't need to belabor this. I just have it one spot lower than maybe it should be because I don't buy the ending. I didn't love it. I didn't connect with it. I need you to stick the landing.
Number 1.
The best show of all time is The Wire. Like The Sopranos for you, I've seen this on repeat. When I was on the Miami Heat beat, the LeBron James beat, and then the 2 years after that, I used to travel 25 days a month for work, just going from sporting event to sporting event. So 3 years of nonstop travel. I watched on airplanes The Wire on repeat. Just again, I've probably seen The Wire 20 times all the way through. It is by far, it is the most astounding piece of fiction, and it's Shakespeare. It is modern day Shakespeare. It is absolutely that good.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a part of my honorable mentions. I love The Wire too, but that's a great list. That's a great list.
All 10 of our, dude, we're in a golden age of TV. All right, now we're down to the bad ones.
Number 5.
Curious how you did this.
All right, number 5, the Kardashians. The Kardashians, just in the Kardashians, the TV show.
Isn't it the Kardashians?
The Kardashians. Did I say it wrong? Kardashians. Kardashians. Sorry, I don't care enough to pronounce their name correctly. I mean, the Kardashians. I think they
I've
didn't
experienced that before.
just change reality TV. They changed what we valued. I mean, they proved you didn't need talent, competition, or craft to become famous. The show was a mirror that kind of showed what society was becoming before the social media age. And the problem with the show was, before the Kardashians, people wanted to be famous. Out of the Kardashians, people just wanted to be famous for being famous. And to me,
it's a good one.
They didn't break reality TV. They broke reality. They changed reality. You had this whole generation, whole era of people trying to be like the Kardashians. And they made everyone realize the American dream was just, hey, can we get paid to be watched? Look, the Kardashians, just an absolute train wreck of a show. That's my number 5.
That's a great one.
Number 4.
Number 4 is The Big Bang Theory. I used to
I've never
work
seen
at
this show.
I used to work at the Warner Brothers lot as a tour guide.
Oh, yeah.
And The Big Bang Theory, I'll never forget. I had the biggest Big Bang Theory fans in the history of the world. I bring them to their soundstage, and Kelly Cuoco's in it, and she's in the soundstage wrapping up, and I had these fans going crazy. She flips them the bird, and the kids started crying. It was hilarious. It was hilarious to me.
The
actress,
was she joking?
No, she was not having a good day.
Wait, the one that was in she was in the HBO thing where she's a flight attendant?
Yes.
She made children cry.
It was crazy, dude.
What
And
is wrong? Is that true story?
oh, it's an absolute true story.
What's her name?
Kelly Cuoco.
Kelly Cuoco.
Something like that.
Yeah. Shame on you. I hope you're driving around LA
Johnny
listening.
Galecki. But to me, it's that show. Like Sheldon says, but like I remember going. I used to do.
You look pissed off.
I used to do some audience control for their live episodes.
What does that mean?
You just chill in the audience. Kind of. You just chill there if they need any help.
Kick out children who are crying because the main character flicked them off.
And these people go crazy. And like Sheldon would be like, "Bazinga!" And the whole crowd like, "Ha ha ha ha!" It wasn't funny to me. They kind of, I think, exposed nerd culture, and they tried to make it seem like it was. I'm not a big fan of The Big Bang Theory, so that is my number 4.
DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1, The Fan, the voice of LA Sports, where we don't accept making kids cry, Kelly. Allegedly.
Number 3.
The Geico TV show. Do you remember the show? So Geico had those cavemen,
yeah.
and they parlayed it into a 12 to 13 episode show. It was terrible. It was such a bad show, and the messed up part about it is George Lopez show was canceled basically because of it. And George Lopez famously said, hey, a Chicano can't be on TV, but a caveman can, right? And there was this big controversy about it. It was such a bad show. It was so terrible. It wasn't funny at all. And I remember tuning in like, what is this stuff? So that's number 3 for me.
That's a good one. It's a good list.
Number 2.
I love the hate list we do.
Number 2 is interesting because I'm going to say the Jersey Shore. And I say this as someone who has probably watched every episode of the Jersey Shore. When I was in college, we had a big sign on our door at UCLA. It said no grenades allowed. And grenades is what they described as unattractive ladies or something. It was terrible, super douchey. They changed the vernacular. Cabs are here. You had the situation. And Jersey Shore basically was a science experiment that says what happens when you give hair gel, energy drinks, and basically spray tan to a bunch of
Never seen it, dude.
late teens, early 20s, the people. So Jersey Shore was pretty bad. So that was my number 2. And now for number 1.
Number 1.
Love Island. This show, Love Island, is an absolute waste of time, an absolute waste of space. You get sunburns, and it basically, it's kind of crazy. It basically, they try to frame it as we're going to take all these attractive people, put them on an island, and try to encourage them to cheat on each other. Like, that's what they do.
They're dating other people?
No, so basically the islanders, they come to the villas to test their relationships, and basically you put them in situations where they're just inevitably going to cheat, It's such
What
a
is
bad
wrong?
show.
So
It's
number
such a
5
terrible show.
led to
I mean,
number 1.
for me, it's like I'm so done with this show after watching every episode. I will never watch this show again. It's so long. It's so I cannot believe that that's the most popular show right now. Love Island. Get me off that Love Island. It's bad. It's not a good show. It should not be the most popular show in America right now.
Wow, do we boo? Should we boo the number 1? I don't even know.
Yeah, boo it. People are so obsessed with the show. I can't go a day without someone talking about it.
Read me those 5 real quick. I don't think I've seen any of them.
So the Kardashians,
Nope.
The Big Bang Theory,
Nope.
the Geico Show, Caveman,
Nope.
Jersey Shore, and Love Island.
I've never seen any of those shows. Okay. Before we get into mine, let me just say I took a very different approach. I want to take a quote from Spider-Man. Love Spider-Man. And you know who loves Spider-Man? Cody Decker.
Does he?
I once heard him go off on why Spider-Man didn't get the respect he deserved. Anyway, with great power comes great responsibility is the theme of this list.
Number 5.
Although not this one. Undisputed was when Shannon left is the worst TV show I've ever seen. And by the way, I'm not one of these first take stupid, self-righteous people. I'm not one of these. Undisputed with Shannon and Skip that was good. I'm not a Skip guy. I respect the hell out of Stephen A. Smith, but anybody in this business who makes a living, who grinds it out, who works hard, who creates an audience, I got respect for, even if it's not my thing. When this is where you gotta be careful with your ego. When Skip got rid of Shannon and then had all those athletes, did you watch? I never watched those shows. Friends of mine, because I used to work at FS1, told me it was so bad that I would watch it just because it was a train wreck every day.
Yeah, I tuned in. You had Lil
crazy.
Wayne. Lil Wayne did the intro. Undisputed. I still watched it, though. I mean,
It was terrible.
Number 4.
True Detective Season 2, this will be a theme, because it was awful. But also, it destroyed a show that should have been on this list. If they had just done True Detective Season 1, and I will, to my last breath, I will go down swinging with the perspective that Matthew McConaughey actually won Best Actor for Dallas Buyers Club for his performance in True Detective, but they couldn't give it to him because it's a TV show. True Detective Season 1 is one of the best things I've ever seen. It's incredible, and then they ruined it. They turned it into Love Island based on what you're telling me. I hate it. It pisses me off. There's a new True Detective that had Jodie Foster that I heard was really good, but it'd be like The Godfather 4. It doesn't matter how good you tell me it is. I don't trust them. Have you seen that one?
True Detective Season 2?
Season 3.
I didn't see Season 3. I mean, I thought it was weird how they were doing the whole one-off per everything, and
yeah.
I just didn't love that. Season 1 was amazing, though.
I mean, that works for Fargo. Fargo's not on my list. I think Fargo's amazing, and they sort of have one through line, but it's terrible.
Number 3.
Home Economics. What's Home Economics, you ask? Why would I have watched it? Because my last producer, a guy named Tom DeCelestino, we called him Pretty Daddy, who's a really good guy, works at SiriusXM Radio as a producer, made me watch this stupid show for like a bit or something. And it was Topher Grace, and I promised him I'd watch it if he'd watch some other show, and then he just didn't do it. And he quit and went to another job. He's one of my closest friends. I love the guy, but Home Economics. It's the dumbest thing I've ever. It got canceled. Topher Grace sucks. We can go on to the next. You ever see it?
No, I've never seen it.
It's so bad.
Number 2.
Lost. And it should have been on the list we did previously. We entrusted ourselves and our time and they promised us. Did you watch this show? Burst might be too young. They promised us they had an ending. They destroyed it. Did you watch Lost?
No, I didn't watch.
Okay, then we'll get to this one. Here's the next one. Here's the big one.
Number 1.
Game of Thrones. Worst show in history because it should have been the best show in history. And I've read the books. I devoted, like we all. I mean, that became. I don't think there's ever been a television show in the history of culture that, like Game of Thrones, in which every episode became basically the equivalent of an NBA Finals game, where the entire, or a World Cup semifinal if the U.S. was in it, every human being who consumed television knew about it, was aware of it, was probably watching it, and you watch Game of Thrones, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean
the final season, dude.
Okay.
Those guys should be imprisoned for the final season of that show.
Oh yeah, maybe they sell Mace with Dalton Rushing, right? That's you want him.
You want
still.
me to? Yeah, no. These guys I'm actually saying these words.
Okay,
you don't have to put words in my mouth this time.
Fair.
Felony.
But, okay, but to call it the worst show of all time,
with great power comes great responsibility.
But still, season 8 was terrible. It was only 6 episodes. Daenerys turned into the Mad Queen way too easily.
They destroyed the whole
The Night
show.
King was defeated in a single battle, which was terrible. Jaime Lannister's character was bad. The way they died in basically the sand was bad. It was
I
it was
saw
terrible.
Dude.
But But, I mean, you're going to say it's the worst show
Yes.
ever because of how it ended.
Yeah, here's what I'm going to tell you.
That's like
Let
saying
me-
Shaq's career is bad because it ended with the Celtics.
It's like saying what I'm about to say. You ready?
I think I was.
I'm going to give it to you. No, it's bad. That was wrong. It's my point. I'm going to tell you what it is. You ready? All right? You ready for it? It would be the equivalent of this Lakers team this next year being incredible. And in about 2 years, when everything clicks and Walker Kessler becomes a first-team All-NBA player and the Defensive Player of the Year, and it turns out that Austin Reeves is actually a superstar, and Luka Doncic goes from being what he is now to the arguably one of the best players of all time, and the Lakers go on this crazy thing where they win 82 regular season games and they run through the playoffs at 15-0, and they're up 3 on the NBA Finals. And like every day on this show, we talk about the greatest sports achievement in history, and then they proceed to lose the next 4 games by 50 points a game and forget how to play basketball and don't care, and Luka's at the club, and Austin Reeves takes 3 days off because there's Comic-Con or something. That would be the equivalent. And then we do a list 10 years later, where you're like, what's the worst Lakers team in history? And you're like, I'll tell you, the team that broke my... That's the equivalent.
I like it, but let me tell you who I think they are. I think Game of Thrones is Mike Trout. Seasons 1 through 4, that was golden age of the Game of Thrones. The Red Wedding, Ned Stark's execution, the Battle of Blackwater. That was Mike Trout. He had the potential to be the best player of all time. It was still bad, still somewhat okay, then was pretty bad towards the end of his career, dealt with injury. So, yeah, I mean, look, the worst show of all time, I don't know, man.
Dude,
that's your list, and your list is the one that matters.
We finally agree on something. We are going to get into, speaking of not agree, actually, maybe we do. Dave Roberts spoke about Roki, and it gives us, I think, a little bit of a sense of where the Dodgers are actually at with Roki Sasaki. We're going to take that from a little bit of a sense to the definitive answer, because we've got the definitive Dodgers guy in Doug McCain. Where are the Dodgers truly at with Roki? Next on DMAC and Reiter. show. Sweet dreams or otherwise, it's DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. There are some songs that you can never turn off if you're just flipping through the radio. This is one of them.
Yeah, there's something about this song.
Makes me sing in the car, too.
I can see in the car.
I'm about to sing on the radio studio, but I won't.
Sweet dreams.
Voice of an angel. Don't stop. It's my sweet
made
dream.
of the years. The beach is so awesome. So 80s, too.
Man,
Eurythmics.
it's a banger.
Yeah.
All right. 855-97 LA Fan. We're going to update you on some of the LeBron and other NBA happenings that are out there. We'll let you know when Dave Roberts and some of the other folk, or Dave Roberts talks, I should say, Shohei Ohtani, in case you're just joining us, still some news earlier in the show. He will not pitch tonight. It will be a bullpen game. He will start and he will hit. He will not be a starting pitcher, but he'll be in the lineup. Almost certainly leadoff spot. It's probably out. We'll pull it up here quickly. And he will not, this is the big news, he will not go to Philadelphia for the All-Star game. In fact, the lineup is out. Kyle Hurt, by the way, is who's getting started for that bullpen game. Ohtani, which I know worries you a little bit, at the 1 spot. Andy Pages, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Tommy Edman at 5, Kyle Tucker at 6, Teoscar Hernandez, Mr. Miguel Rojas, your friend who we've had on the show, and Dalton rushing in the 9 spot, obviously catching. So we'll circle back to that when Dave Roberts speaks. We'll try to get that for you. Dave Roberts did talk, though, early. Was this yesterday? Yesterday, yeah, about Roki Sasaki, who we talked about the other day, had a interesting outing, went 6 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, had dynamic stuff. DMAC struck out some guys, but also gave up 2 home runs. 24% of the hits he's given up this year are 19 hits, 19 home runs. And Dave Roberts gave kind of a sense of maybe where the Dodgers are at with their young, talented, mercurial pitcher.
I think he's just continuing to get better and to learn himself, most importantly, learn the league, but more importantly, himself. I think there's improvement. I do think that from the outset of the season to as we sit, he's a grade and a half better than what he was when he started this season.
I mean, that's really interesting. And obviously for Dodgers fans, it's a debatable topic, and people see a lot of different things when they look at Roki. What is Doug, you are the Dodgers expert here, which makes you the Dodgers expert anywhere. What is your read based on what Dave Roberts just said and what you know about the Dodgers on where you think the Dodgers are at? Maybe not where they should be, but where they are with Roki.
I think that's Dave Roberts giving him a little bit of a vote of confidence, knowing that when the rest of the pitchers that are on the IL, Blake Snell, who's trending in the right direction, Tyler Glasnow, who at least is taking some baby steps in the right direction, that when everyone does get healthy, we know you have the big 4, Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow, and Blake Snell. Then now with Justin Robleski, you have a guy that could earn an all-star nod. I believe that he ultimately will be pitching, at least being on the team in Philadelphia. That leaves one more spot for a 6-man rotation. That would come down to a Roki Sasaki and an Emmett Sheehan. Emmett Sheehan hasn't pitched great, but has held steady, has still shown those flashes, but he's another guy that is pitched in the bullpen, has been used as an opener in piggyback starts, has been used out of the bullpen in the postseason. I think that what Dave Roberts is setting up is to say, hey, Roki Sasaki is going to remain in this rotation even when everyone is healthy. And the reason why I believe that is if you are having him go out there and get 6 innings of work in and give up 3 runs, that's a quality start. I hear people out there saying Emmett Sheehan has been better at times. Emmett Sheehan's last start did not go 6 innings. So I think what they want to see out of Roki is the mechanics just continue to be more consistent on a pitch-for-pitch basis. I was talking to someone from the team a couple days ago, and they think that he just needs to go out there and fire that fastball. That's exactly what I was told. And when that fastball, he's not thinking about it, it sets up all of his other pitches. It sets up the splitter, the forkball, and the slider. So if he can get confidence in that heater, it's going to set everything up. Really, the thing that's hurt Roki is the home run ball. He's given up 19 home runs this year, a little over 80 innings of work. He has the 4th most home runs per 9 for pitchers with a minimum of 80 pitches 80 innings of work. So I think for Roki Sasaki, they still feel like they can develop him at the big league level. And what Andrew Friedman told me a couple years ago is when it comes to developing players for this team on this roster, when they feel like you are in the red zone, when you got that last 10 yards to go before the end zone, when it comes to your development, that you don't really gain too much by continue to develop at the minor league level, that you need to develop at the big league level because you're facing better competition. You are also, this is the big thing too, Bill, is you're getting access to their coaches at the big league level. If you send Roki down, he's not around Mark Pryor. He's not around Connor McGinnis. He's not around Dave Roberts. He's not around Yamamoto and Shohei Ohtani. So I think this is Dave Roberts saying, hey, we know that success isn't linear. I said it's very specific with Roki. Sometimes it's 1.7 steps forward and 1.9 steps back. It can be very marginal like that. But I think this is a confidence thing for Dave in Roki. I think they're going to stick with him.
DMAC and Reiter here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. If you want to give us a call, 855-97 LA Fan. We're also going to, in an hour, answer your questions. We did it's basically a mailbag. We did a mailbag yesterday. We're going to do it again today. We have a lot of comments, but we'd like more. So if you have a question, if you want to know what Doug's favorite kind of, appetizer is, or favorite beer, or whatever. Trying to give some examples, and I totally stumbled on that. But the point is, you can ask anything you want at the Fan LA at the Fan LA. Roki's numbers in his last outing, for those of you just trying to remember, he went 6 innings, as Doug said, 3 earned runs. He struck out 5. He only gave up basically 4 hits and 1 walk, but 2 of those hits were home runs. This year, he has pitched 81 innings with a 5.33 earned run average. The biggest sort of oh my God reality is that he has given up 19 home runs this year. 77 hits, 19 of those hits, 24%, have been home runs. What's the and you know that I love Roki, and I think probably it's just a giveaway that I love talent. I'm sort of I guess I'm old-fashioned in my sort of baseball fandom. I like pitching duels. I like if you told me I could go watch, the Miz battle Ohtani in a critical game and it finished 1-0, I would take that every single day over a 9-8 slugfest where there's clutch hitting in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. I like pitching duels, and so when I watch Roki play, I see the talent that we all see, and so I'm probably more inclined to want to give him time. And the reasons you give that he needs to be at the big league level is really interesting. What is the threshold at which they lose patience? Like what? And I don't mean long term. I just mean, okay, man, we need you in the bullpen. If that's what it is. At what point does he stop becoming a guaranteed starter?
So I think that's a great point you make right there, is that they do give him this long leash and they know what he has to work on. You mentioned the home runs, right? 19 home runs allowed. 10 of those 19 home runs have been on four-seam fastballs. And when you're giving up home runs on your four-seam fastball, that means you're missing with location out over the plate. So a lot of times the Dodgers, when they can pinpoint stuff like that, they think they can correct it, right? They know they're the smartest guys in the room. They don't think they are, and they're going to try to fine-tune those mechanics like they did last year. So I think that because there are specific direct links to some of his rough outings, they think they can fix it. And I think the leash for him is going to be long. It is going to be long. You know why? Because he was one of arguably the most sought-after prospects in the history of baseball. Not just in the last 5-10 years. We're talking the history of the game, okay? And when he came over from Japan to the U.S., every single team had an opportunity to sign him because you didn't have to pay him a lot of money. They gave him over $6.5 million, which is chump change to big league teams, and he's on a minor league contract. So when you factor that in and you understand that he's going to be with this organization for the next 5 years, they realize that we have a 14.5 game lead in the division. We are the best team in baseball. We know that patience is really the admission to greatness for Roki, and he's one of Friedman's guys, dude. I remember being in Dallas.
That's really interesting.
Up in Andrew Friedman's suite, and I was the first dude to ask him about Roki Sasaki, and he kind of blew me away with what he told me. He was like, Roki Sasaki thinks that he can be the best pitcher on the planet, and we think he can be the best pitcher on the planet.
He's 24. It's only a year or two in the big leagues. And the thing that I take away from what you're saying, DMAC here on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1, The Fan, the voice of LA Sports, and from Dave Roberts sort of melding this, is that Andrew Friedman believes in him, and Dave Roberts just told us we're seeing improvement, which is another way maybe of saying, hey, the plan's working. Having him at the major league level, having him have access, DMAC, as you walked us through, to major league coaching, not minor league coaching, having to cut your teeth and learn in the it. If Dave Roberts thinks it's working, and Andrew Friedman thinks if it works long enough on a long enough timeline, this guy can be that good. It's all positive, even if we're kind of in the moment going, man. And the last outing was better, but even if there are moments where we go, man, that was hard to watch.
Exactly. And the wild thing about this, too, and what they know is the stuff across the board is really good. His 116 Pro Stuff Plus the other night was the best of any starter. That was better than Chase Burns, and that was better than Dylan Cease, who almost threw a no-hitter.
For people who don't know what that is.
Yeah, so basically 100 is league average, right? Anything above that is above league average. And it's really rare to have your Pro Stuff Plus for all your pitches that he threw, which were a fastball, a slider, a splitter, and a forkball. All those pitches based on movement, velocity, location, spin rate, things like that. Basically, he was nasty. He was nasty.
He has amazing. So he has. I know we got to go here in a sec, Bursch, but he has amazing world class stuff. He just doesn't always execute.
Exactly.
And the Dodgers believe that they can get that figured out.
They do, and you brought up the best point, and that is that he's thrown 81 innings, right? They're in a six-man rotation that naturally limits innings. They're not going to redline him because of his development. They're going to give him as many starts as they feel are comfortable, maybe 25 starts, maybe less than that. And then if he's still one of the best 14 pitchers for the Dodgers, he's going to go into the bullpen, and he's going to be a multi-inning reliever, possibly a high-leverage reliever, maybe a guy that can get some saves for this team. So what he's trying to be right now is not one of the best 6 starters for the Dodgers. It's be one of the best 14 pitchers. That should be Roki's goal for the remainder of the season, and I think you got to keep at the big league level, and you got to keep in that rotation. You don't move in the bullpen now, you don't send him down the minors.
I love it, dude. DMAC and Reiter breaking it down for you. We're going to shift to some hoops. Bam Adebayo taking his first name a little too seriously next year on DMAC and Reiter. on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That is injury help to 40222. We got a banger of a hardwood headlines for you right now. Literally.
Ball don't lie. Time for hardwood headlines with DMAC and Reiter.
This is crazy. What's up, Bersh?
Oh, what's up, guys? Yeah, there's a lot going on in the NBA today, and apparently a lot going on in Vegas that has nothing to do with Summer League. Shams Charania reported today that Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero got into a physical altercation on a practice court at a Las Vegas hotel this morning. It started when Adebayo approached Hero about the comments Hero made critiquing Bam on social media. Adebayo reportedly struck Hero.
I mean, okay, so a couple things. One, this stuff probably happens, and we know it, right? Draymond, right? Draymond Green struck Jordan Poole. It's not supposed to get out, dude. Like, so this must have been bad.
And define striking, right? I mean, what exactly happened? Did he punch him in the... I mean, that's kind of wild. But, hey, I'm sure TMZ is going to do his thing. I'm sure someone that worked at the hotel probably has some video of it. You have to imagine this day and age, that is going to emerge at some point. But this has been a crazy offseason. This is the craziest story so far in this offseason.
In fairness to Bam, right? Don't assault your coworkers, Doug. Just kidding. But this is some of the stuff that Hero said. Why are the Heat fans so worried about me? What did I do? But I'm not the best player on the team, right? You should get paid $60 million to be a top tier defender on some nights. I'm just wondering. I mean, I won't read them all. Some pointed thoughts at Bam. But this is great. Like, you sign Giannis, you want LeBron James to show up. This is a great way to try to get off on the Giannis era, which, by the way, they're officially doing a press conference next Thursday. And I'm sure LeBron is thinking, this is the place, this is the functional place I want to go. Good job, Bam.
And where did this take place at? I mean, was this
Vegas, yeah.
Malice at the Caesars Palace? Or, I mean,
bam!
Bam!
Literally, bam!
This is crazy, dude.
He bammed Tyler Hero!
He did.
Allegedly, this was, I don't know, struck.
Well, guys, Victor Wembanyama has agreed to a 5-year, $252 million maximum rookie scale contract extension with the Spurs. That includes a player option in the 5th season. Now, Jake Fisher had reported earlier today that Wemby was considering signing less than the max rookie scale to give the team flexibility. That did not happen.
Burst just bammed Jake Fisher the way Bam Tyler Hero. You just struck him with the truth.
Alien got
I like
paid,
how
man.
Berg's like, here's the news. You're wrong, Fisher. That was great.
I don't want to take a shot at Fisher. This is more a shot at Wemby because Wemby did not take the left.
Burst getting aggregated.
No. That's a shot at Fisher. And it was great. Somebody aggravate him. Aggregate.
There's going to be aggravated, and then he's going to be aggregated.
Yeah, Wemby's good.
Yeah, got the bag, baby.
He's good at the basketball.
Let's see if I get aggregated on this one. Serbian forward and possible number 1 NBA draft pick Nikola Kusturica has reached a multi-year agreement with UCLA. The deal is rumored to be a 2-year, $12 million NIL deal.
So just aside from the fact that this is obviously great for LA and great for your Bruins, I love this as a general concept in college basketball. I know most people don't. It's America, dude. And the fact that these guys couldn't make money in a multi-billion-dollar enterprise for years, I found to be ludicrous. I kind of love this. And I love that it's becoming a little more sort of minor league basketball in the sense of 2-year deal. Sign me. Hell yeah. Sign me up.
Get your bag. I mean, this is a much needed recruiting win for Mick Cronin and the men of Westwood. That's the NIL collective in Westwood. So that's great news for Mick Cronin. I just hope that he uses this roster to get banner number 12 because you had a Daimara who leaves UCLA, goes to Michigan. They win a national title there, but all I can say is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, UCLA, fight.
Can I admit something to you that you can help me correct?
Okay.
I have never been to a Bruins basketball game because I've spent so much of my hoops time doing NBA for the last, 15 years. I just haven't. And it's like, it is a big bucket list thing. This is my way of asking you to ask me on a mandate.
Let's roll, baby.
Yeah!
Poly Pavilion. Get you a statue. Get you a picture right in front of the wooden statue you had as a LA Mount Rushmore figure.
I think he is, dude.
The thing about UCLA games, it's if you build it, they will come type thing. Like if you win, people will show up. So if UCLA's winning, that place is rocking. If they're not, then it's easy to get tickets.
It's LA, dude. Like you gotta impress me, right? To get people in. I also want to see him play very, very badly. I'm very interested to see him do his thing. So let's get some games. You got some hookups?
I got some hookups.
Let's get it.
Guys, Austin Reeves was on the Dan Patrick Show and was asked about his contact with Rob Pelinka and JJ Redick prior to being re-signed. Reeves said, quote, "I had a lot of talks with Rob. I'm really close with Luka and JJ as well. We're just building something that can be sustainable for not just now, but the future. We want to have success now and 5 or 6 or 7 years down in the future."
So I do want to say something that's going to sound stupid, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to compare Rob Pelinka potentially to Sam Presti, the GM of the Thunder, who's a genius. I'm optimistic, but very cautiously optimistic on what the Lakers are building, DMAC. They are young. They are building a core. They can compete forever, for a really long time. There's a chance, and if it's true, I'm going to say it's more of an Andrew Friedman influence, but whatever, whoever's actually making the decisions, there's a chance, like when Presti understood the CBA before everyone else and constructed the assets that led to this team in Oklahoma City that's won a title and I think will compete for many, many more, there's a chance that our skepticism and our worry about overpaying and all these risks is actually brilliant because they're building a young team that can bond and grow together.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like giving JJ Redick a team that's a little more impressionable, they can have a bigger impact on. You brought up a couple shows ago with LeBron gone. How secure is his future with the Lakers? Are the Lakers all in on JJ Redick? I feel like it's got to be a breath of fresh air for him and an opportunity to say, hey, I can have a massive impact on this team. I can really help shape this roster. And Reeves is going to be a big reason why or why not JJ Redick is going to be the coach here in the next 2-3 years.
It's funny because I don't find him pleasant. I don't find JJ to be nice. Maybe it's intensity. Whatever. A lot of people don't like JJ Redick, but who cares? I think he might be a great coach. We're gonna find out, by the way, because once LeBron leaves a team is when you can actually assess the players in that team and the coach on that team. This next year is not the definitive sort of year for everybody in the mix. It's the definitive year for JJ Redick, and I think he's going to pass that test.
Yeah, I kind of like that about JJ Redick. I don't need this dude to run for office. I don't need this dude to be the host of The Tonight Show. I need him to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. I kind of like that demeanor, the intensity that he does have. He does run very hot, and we'll see if he can deal and navigate with being the head coach of the Lakers, but a lot of pressure at Duke, pressure in the NBA. I think JJ is kind of more built for this than I originally expected.
Can I get a cheer? That was a great take. Am I allowed to cheer my co-host?
Yo, appreciate you. By the way, you're my connect for the UCLA tickets. So hopefully you were that connect.
Got it.
Hook it up.
I'll have to work on that.
Hey guys, a Summer League update. Cameron Carr is averaging a little over 15 a game, but he was a little limited in his third game.
My toe got infected. It's all good, though. It's all good. Yeah, no, my foot's all good. It just looked a little weird.
Dude, I'm so on. It's so dumb. I've covered so much Summer League to make fun of people who are now doing what I'm doing. Be like, well, don't get carried away. He looks so good, bro.
He's popping off, man. It's not just how he looks on the court. By the way, you were doing some rewatching. You and your BFF, you and your friend.
I'm so silly.
Getting down with some Cam Carr film analysis, film breakdown. Yeah, I mean, I think, too, it's not just how good he looks. The way he talks to the media, the way it looks like he's embracing being a Los Angeles Laker. No one is pressured with that.
I was 3 gin and tonics with my buddy Jeff, and then several bottles of wine and pizza with my guy Bruno into the analysis. So there wasn't a lot of analyzing going on. It was just like, hey, look at him dunk. He's great. One of those.
What more do you need, man?
One of those vibes.
Sometimes that's the best analysis.
It was fun. Oh, that's it? That's all the hardwood headlines? I guess I would know that if I looked at the sheet.
He's gonna be he's gonna be a big pizza of the puzzle for the Lakers.
Did you say pizza of the puzzle?
Yes.
That was so good.
I'm gonna show myself off,
I'm gonna get mad at you, but I'm not gonna whine about it.
Hey, all right.
Hey.
Has Burrs got aggregated yet? We've got to check.
Yeah. Oh no. Like Jake Fisher's on his way. You know, like UFC fighters used to like live stream themselves going to people access.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. On Twitter, like Fisher's on his way. How dare you actually point out that I got this big story wrong? I will say this to someone that's gotten a lot of stories wrong. That's a really, really hard. It's a miserable way to make a living to try to be an insider. Jake's a fisher of information, but you don't always catch him.
Whoa!
Remember we used to do the pun off, and then you told our boss to put a stop to it, but to pretend that it was his idea? That was funny.
Nah, man. No. Not cool. Not true. Absolutely. I'm going to find out what legal
recourse?
Yes, legal recourse I can take for this because that's just not true, baby. I want all the smoke at all times. You know that.
I do. Actually, I do know that. DMAC and Reiter here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. We appreciate you hanging out. Remember, you can put your questions in the chat at The Fan LA, at The Fan LA on YouTube. We're going to answer those in about 30 minutes. But first, we're going to preview tonight's Dodgers game and try to figure out this Ohtani situation next on DMAC and Reiter. Happy Friday, LA. Happy almost weekend. So you're a Friday Junior guy yesterday.
I am.
And
I love me some Thursdays. Friday Junior.
Don't love that term.
You don't? It's cool.
Well, again, I had a producer who just overused it back in the day.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah. What is Friday? It's like
Friday's Friday, baby.
Just Friday.
It doesn't need any nicknames. Friday's Friday.
Do you know what else doesn't?
Friday, it's Friday. No.
Do you know what else doesn't need any introduction?
What?
DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That is calldowntown.com. Remember, we're going to get to your questions. We've got a bunch of them, Q&A, mailbag. But if you want to add to the mix, if you have anything you want to ask DMAC or ask me, he's Doug McCain, I'm Bill Reiter, you can do it over on YouTube, on the stream, in the comment section. It's at The Fan LA. At The Fan LA. Baseball coverage on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports, is presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi. One price, 5 years guaranteed. Xfinity, imagine that. So we talked earlier about the fact that the news came down today, just before the show, that Shohei Ohtani will not travel to Philadelphia for the All-Star game. He will not participate. He will not pitch in his scheduled start tonight. He will not be pitching before then the All-Star game, but he will play as the DH, as he always does in the lineup. He's the leadoff hitter tonight. The expectation he's going to play today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And just a few moments ago, here is Dave Roberts after being asked when he first found out Ohtani would not be pitching tonight.
I found out yesterday morning, kind of talking through with our guys, Shohei. He's been managing this quite well, the knee. And so if there's a chance that we could kind of be proactive and get it drained and do whatever we need to do to kind of try to manage it, and along with the rest for the All-Star break, we were going to do that. And so to not put any more stress on it tonight, throwing 100 pitches, to our pitching's in a good spot coming off an off day. We've got the 4 days for the break, so everything lined up, which made sense for all of us.
All right, so DMAC, let me ask you this question as we get into the injury report brought to you by Ozer & Law, the Injured Worker Hotline. Why, and maybe I'm missing something, I'm not trying to stir trouble up like I often do. Why would Dave Roberts have to be informed that he's not pit? Isn't Dave Roberts one of the decision makers?
I see where you're going with this. It's interesting to think about, just because you would expect Dave Roberts to have that information and him being the one to tell Shohei Ohtani he's not pitching. But my guess as to why this would be the case is the Dodgers really operate off of what Shohei Ohtani is telling them, because he's a unicorn. No one else does this. He pitches, he hits, and this has to be Shohei Ohtani going to them and saying, hey, the knee's still barking. There's still some soreness. There's still some inflammation there. And we have an opportunity here with the All-Star break to get somewhat of a respite, some extended rest, so that I'm 100% ready to go and it's all systems go after the All-Star break. So I would venture to say that this comes from Shohei, and then Shohei, he communicates to the powers that be with the trainers, Thomas Albert, and the rest of the gang, then Andrew Friedman, Brandon Gomes, and Dave Roberts, that brain trust there. They get together and they realize that, hey, this is probably the best thing to do, is just to keep him out of a start. So I would venture to say that this was Shohei Ohtani knowing something wasn't 100% right and wanting to be completely transparent up front about how the leg's feeling.
Can I try, without arguing, well, we can argue if you want here on DMAC and Reiter, to bridge a series of points that you've made that are great, a series of arguments we've had that are probably great too. I have noted, let me start it this way. You have pointed out that the Dodgers are chasing a third consecutive World Series, and that's a level of history and opportunity that may never come again for anybody. Certainly it's rare. I have noted that I want Ohtani to win a Cy Young Award, and we have sort of talked about and argued about and had really good spirited baseball conversations here on 97.1 The Fan, on DMAC and Reiter, about what that should look like. Is it possible that one of the takeaways here is that Ohtani recognizing the importance of all of these things, of hopefully first and foremost winning another World Series, of being healthy all the way through the season, of doing the thing that he wants to do, which is play as a pitcher and a hitter, that all the things you and I both want, that Ohtani recognizing that this isn't easy is taking himself out of the All-Star game, and that is a reflection of his commitment to all the stuff that I want and all the stuff that you want.
I think it's just him having and I think that's absolutely right. I think this is him having experience. I think this is him knowing the rigors of a regular season, and also knowing what I've been saying this entire year is that, hey, he has not ever done this. He's never gone wire to wire as a pitcher and a hitter and then compete in the postseason. When he was with the Angels, they had to pitch him as much as possible on a 5-man rotation and have him in the lineup every single day just to have a chance to get to the postseason. And he knows he's going to be relied upon. He also, I think, has his priorities in line. He understands that no one is going to remember a start in July. But what they will remember is if he doesn't have enough gas in the tank in October. That is the most important thing. The Dodgers, they have enough talent to survive without Shohei for stretches, but they don't have enough talent to replace Ohtani in October.
Can I ask you a non sequitur question that is not in any way me trying to set you up? I promise, and I'll answer it too. I don't really know the answer.
Set me up.
I want your. I just, and this hopefully doesn't happen. But we talk so much Ohtani, and we should. He's mesmerizing. If you had to choose, you Doug McCain, Andrew Friedman called you and said, "Look, dude, I've been listening to DMAC and Reiter. I love your work. You're the guy. Give me the answer, and I'm going to follow it." If you had to choose in the postseason, this upcoming postseason, between having Ohtani the hitter and having Ohtani the pitcher, who would you take?
100% Ohtani the hitter. He is absolutely the straw
over the pitcher
that stirs the. Well, look, think about this. He's the straw that stirs the Dodgers' drink in October. That's what he is. He is absolutely because Shohei Ohtani is a hitter.
No. I'm not mad at you. I'm just like it's because right now there's such an inconsistent level of surety outside of Shohei and Yoshi. I'm just...
Well, that's the thing. So I do think this could be a year where they might need Shohei the pitcher more than they did last year.
Interesting.
Unless Glasnow and Blake Snell can come back and be 100%. Everything looks really good for Blake Snell. He said himself that after the nano needle surgery that he doesn't feel pain in his shoulder. So guess what? You wanted a left-handed multi-time Cy Young Award-winning starting pitcher? You got one. And it's not Tarek Skubal. It's Blake Snell. So he could be that guy, and then Glasnow could be that guy. But here's the thing. The gap from Shohei the hitter when he's at his very best and the Dodgers' second best hitter, whether it be Freddie Freeman or Kyle Tucker when things are going right or Andy Paz when he is on a hot streak or Will Smith or any of those guys, the gap between Shohei the hitter to the next best hitter the Dodgers have is significantly longer and wider than the gap between Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher, and the Dodgers' next best pitcher. Because guess what? He might not even be the Dodgers' best pitcher. That, to me, could still be Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's 100% the Dodgers' best hitter. He's not 100% the Dodgers' best pitcher. So last year, Blake Snell pitched better than Shohei Ohtani for most of the postseason. Yamamoto pitched better than Shohei Ohtani for most of the postseason. Even Tyler Glasnow had some really impressive stretches, and they need his bat in the lineup because his bat in the lineup terrifies opposing pitchers, and it makes life easier for the rest of this Dodgers lineup. So if I'm the Dodgers, I think now, I mean, you look at the numbers, and I know that you've dreamt of this. Yeah.
Just to your exact point and how sort of interesting this is, his WAR this year, I know it's not a perfect number stat, but his WAR this year on offense, 2.9. His WAR this year on pitching, 2.7. But he's in a 6-man rotation. It's pretty comparable.
It's comparable, and that's really a testament to how good he's been on the mound, right?
Good. Dude, he's so good, man. He's unbelievable.
But just look at that Game 7. I talk about this all the time. If it weren't for the heroics of the rest of the pitchers in that starting rotation and the timely home runs for Max Muncy, Miguel Rojas, and Will Smith, and the heroic finish by Yoshinobu Yamamoto, one of the big talking points would have been that Bo Bichette hit the big home run off of Shohei in that Game 7 where he was pitching on 3 days rest and he looked exhausted out there on the mound. So if it weren't for those heroics, we would be talking about Shohei Ohtani not getting it done as a pitcher on the biggest stage. So I think that's a warning sign, knowing that, yes, he is Superman in baseball cleats. Yes, he looks like he can play every game and play every inning and throw every pitch. The reality, though, is very different.
Okay, now we're going to go back to this. I was just, okay.
No, well, here it's not an argument. I don't even think it's an argument at this point. Right. I mean, it's always an argument.
I think it is.
It's always an argument. But here's the thing. I wanted to kind of touch on...
He might just be managing himself, right? I mean, it's not necessarily a 4-alarm fire. It could be...
You know, what I've heard about kind of the Shohei Ohtani year is that Shohei is going to give them information, right? But they're ultimately going to determine whether or not he's going to play. So the way that I think this
sounds like in this case he was told by Dave Roberts was told this is what's what, bro.
I think.
When did you find out?
I mean,
Your boss Ohtani had decided.
So, I mean, I the way that I think this turned out is he was very upfront with the knee situation, and once the Dodgers got word of it, then of course you make that decision to ultimately hold him out. What we don't know at this point, you really think that Shohei Ohtani would have been allowed to pitch tonight if he wanted to?
Here is what I'm going to say to you. We have a boss named Andrew, who's great and who may be listening. You know, if he's listening, he's the best.
No argument there.
If someone said to him, "Hey, when did you find out the bill wasn't going to work in September?" His answer would be like, "Bill doesn't decide that. I decide that." Who asked the boss, "When did you find out the decision you're supposed to be making?"
Because the reason what you're saying though comes from a place of Shohei being very forthright. Because what you're saying, it sounds unlike Shohei to me. Shohei wants to play. Shohei wants to pursue. Shohei wants to win the Cy Young. Shohei wants to qualify for the innings.
Well, I think it sounds like he's in the Cy Young qualification.
And what Dave said,
yeah. Well, it sounds like, look, he's not going to be at the All-Star game. He's not going to pitch. He's going to hit. To me, he's probably fine. Ohtani's fine, and he's making a calculated decision to basically use this time off, including tonight now, pitching-wise. He's still in the lineup, everybody. It's DMAC and Reiter, 97.1 The Fan, to just recuperate. It's right to you say this all the time. He's doing both. And so the recuperation matters. And I also, look, dude, I can speak to this as a national guy, and I know you're not going to argue. It's not like this is some amazing insight. I remember going to the NBA league offices, and there would just be, and meeting with the NBA league office people, and they put massive pressure on their teams on the pet projects that are important to them. It has to be, we think it's great. We think it's great news Ohtani's not going to be at the All-Star game. Who cares? Good, rest him. I promise you that is the opposite response in New York in the commissioner's building in that office. And it's probably when people start to pay attention outside of LA a really big bummer. So I also think you have to find a way somewhat to frame this as he really needs to not be at the All-Star game. And if he's good enough to play anyway, but you want to kind of fake it so you can sell this to Manfred, maybe you have him not pitch and you have him hit. I do think there's some politics going on here too, which leads me to think he's probably more likely to be fine than he is.
I mean, the fact that he's in the lineup as a hitter is very telling as far as how they feel and how significant this is. But the bottom line is, if you're getting your knee drained and you have to get an injection, that tells you that it's a lingering problem.
Sure, but that stuff does happen. You know that like guys get treatment and guys get I'm with you.
It does happen, but it is his push-off leg. And part of the way that Shohei's able to get his velocity and why he's had an increased velocity this year is because of his lower body and the torque of that lower body. That has been the difference. Shohei told me that himself a couple months ago before the season started during FanFest, and to me, that tells me that if it was a pitcher like a Clayton Kershaw, where it's a different mechanics, right, where the back has a little more pressure on it, versus Shohei that incorporates his legs a little more, you're talking about something that I still believe they're absolutely playing with fire in this situation. They have a 14.5-game lead. He has no...
See, I don't think Andrew Friedman plays with fire. I just think he's responsible with his matches.
But Shohei Ohtani got injured in the 2024 World Series.
I mean,
they still won.
Guys get injured, dude. Wait, I just want to understand, because I want to follow your logic. Every time someone gets injured in the Dodgers, it's Friedman's fault.
That's what I'm saying. That's not my logic.
Right, guys get injured.
My logic is that...
Guys get injured.
But you also have... But here's the difference, though. You're talking about guys get injured on freak plays, right? Guys get injured even when there's no lingering issues.
Guys get injured from wear and tear.
But the truth is, they have something very specific that they know about. They know that the knee's not at 100%. They know that he's been dealing with...
Like, there's only two conclusions.
What's the benefit of him hitting? Like, what? There's no benefit at all.
You're allowed to say Andrew Friedman's being reckless, but say it, dude. Say it with your chest if that's what you're saying.
I don't think Andrew Friedman's being reckless per se.
Neither do I. That's why I think Ohtani's fine.
I mean, but there's a difference between being fine, being reckless, and being overly cautious. I would veer. Are they, in your opinion, are they being overly cautious right now?
I will say this:
what is the benefit of Shohei Ohtani hitting tonight?
It's totally possible for Friedman to not be cautious, to get caught up in his own success, to make a mistake, to make a critical error in judgment. My guess is that's not what's going on here. Dude, like, I think I'm right and you're wrong, but I'm like 55% sure. I hold your perspective on the Dodgers, and even when I argue with you, in very high esteem. But for me, right? And if they're letting him hit, They clearly, if there was any kind of real risk to him being injured or this being problematic enough that they're like, oh man, we're worried. I just can't, to your point, imagine why they'd ever let him be in the lineup. So I gotta think this is more ado about nothing than it is about something. And it's an educated guess based on my trust in Andrew Friedman.
But even if what you're saying is true, right? That there's no issue with the knee, that there's no lingering effects, that it's not increased injury risk. There's no increased injury risk.
That their
right?
worry level is not as high as yours, which I understand why yours is there.
But what are the benefits of having him in a game when he's at 100%? If you need me to say that I think that this is reckless, I'm fine with saying that. I think that this is a little reckless. I really, truly do. The truth of the matter is that if you have even increased the chances of him getting injured by 0.001% when you don't need to, considering you have an all-star break, considering that you have a 14.5 game lead in the division, considering that Shohei's played back-to-back seasons of deep postseason runs in the World Series, also has played in the WBC, has never done this before, gone wire-to-wire plus the postseason. He has no business being in the lineup tonight. I really, truly believe that, because why? Also, too, even if you don't think he's injured, right? Even if you don't think he's injured, so what is the harm? But here's the thing. What about a proactive approach, knowing that these guys don't need to go all out right now when you can get
it's a great point. So
you can have a respite. Like, this is the perfect time to.
It's a great, and I'm not arguing with you. I find it really interesting. DMAC and Reiter, the new 97.1, the fan, the voice of LA sports. So I'll say a few things. One, and maybe this is me being too sort of picky with the words you used, a 0.001% chance always exists, right? That to me is too protective. 10% chance, sure, don't play him. 0.001% chance, he has a 0.001% chance when he drives to work, right? I mean, he just does. Like, that's the world. That's a very small percentage. You're right that if you just want to be overly sure, you don't have to play him at all in this series. And so maybe what I'm grappling with and what you're grappling with, and we're just bringing our different perspectives on Ohtani and the Dodgers, I don't understand, and neither do you, it sounds like, why he's in the lineup if he's not pitching and skipping the All-Star game. And so you're going to your very reasonable perspective of these guys are not doing enough to protect Ohtani from Ohtani, and I'm going to my very standard, I think he's fine. But it is weird, dude. It's weird that he's in the lineup today.
So that to me is weird. I really do truly believe that. I really do. I just think there's a great opportunity to take advantage of, guess what? Give yourself credit for finishing the first half with such a big lead. Give yourself credit for being one of the best pitchers and hitters and knowing that he's still going to win the MVP. He's still going to run away with that. But here's the thing, too, is now, save for some complete games, and Shohei Ohtani's pitched just one complete game in his career, right? If he doesn't have a couple complete games, he's not going to qualify.
No, you're 100% right.
So that means the Cy Young thing is a pipe dream again, which means that he not only should miss this start, he should miss his start after the All-Star break, and maybe even another start. He should miss his next 3 starts.
I have to get in on the math, but like maybe if he just is the starting pitcher after the All-Star game because he's been rested, he can get on a cycle where maybe he can get a little closer to make that striking distance at the end. Let me make one more point here on DMAC and Reiter that I said it, but it bears repeating, and I want to do it in your love language of Superman. Another reason that I'm not as worried, but I could be wrong. Of course I could be wrong. As you like to say, he is Superman in cleats, right? Ohtani not going to play in the All-Star game and to participate in that event is the equivalent of the new DC universe having 2 straight Superman movies, but Superman's not available. And so they're just going to have to make do with Supergirl and the other random characters. I'm telling you that Manfred is somewhere pissed off, that the suits in New York City are furious, that the people that are selling tickets and want to grow the game are outraged, maybe quietly, but probably to the Dodgers, that Ohtani's not going to be there. And so I don't think it is as simple. I don't think it's allowed to be as simple. And the Dodgers, as you've noted, are very, very savvy and very impressive. They can't just say, yeah, we're going to protect Shohei. He won't be there. He's just not going to be there. That would not go over. And so if you think he's okay, and so you kind of want the benefit of him in this 3-game series, but you also can't tell Manfred that and then not him show up in Philly. This would be the obvious outcome.
But I don't. It's possible.
You don't think my logic holds that New York, that the people are going to be, that Manfred and the executives?
I don't, because
you think they're cool if Ohtani not be to the All-Star game?
I don't think they're cool with it, but I think that if the Dodgers really wanted to put on a front, he wouldn't be in the lineup, right? Because if I'm Manfred, I'm like, wait a minute, well, because he was never going to pitch in the All-Star game anyway.
But they can say what you just said.
But here's the
that's
thing.
the leg when he plants, and that's the thing. That's what.
But he was never going to pitch in the All-Star game anyway, and he was supposed to take 2 at bats. So if I'm Rob Manfred, I'm saying, oh, cool, he can't pitch he can't pitch, but he already said he was going to take a couple at bats, and he's still batting this weekend.
Manfred's still going to say that, but what I'm telling you is I think that probably in the Dodgers' mind, this gives them enough cover to say to Manfred, this is why he can't come. We're gonna give him the lineup. We're gonna give him some at bats, but maybe hey Rob, maybe even that's a little much. But trust me, and I know those conversations are happening. You don't pull Shohei Ohtani from the All-Star game the Friday before the All-Star game without the commissioner and his people. Yes, Doug, calling you and saying, "What the hell, dude?"
But
I've covered enough sports, including baseball. That conversation is happening.
I'm sure he's upset. No one's disagreeing with that. But I think that
conversation is happening.
But here's the thing, though. From that logic, the Dodgers aren't keeping out today because of the All-Star game in the optics of Rob Manfred. There's no way. I mean, it's possible. It's very unlikely because he's still in the lineup. He's still going to hit.
I think you're underestimating.
I think that Rob Manfred.
You're underestimating like the levels beyond just what's in the Dodgers' best interest. This is the one time a year. The other thing in baseball is not the National Football League in the sense that there's nationally televised games that matter for the sport. It's not the NBA where Silver had to put a stop to, at the time, the Spurs load managing and became everybody. There aren't many marquee moments in baseball that are about that the entire country tunes into the sport. It's a local sport. The All-Star game is the exception. I am telling you, there has to, and maybe I'm making a connection that's not there, but there's no doubt in my mind. I know for a fact that New York, that Major League Baseball is pissed off Ohtani's not going to the All-Star game.
As they should. They should be pissed.
He's Ohtani.
But I'm not saying they're not pissed. I'm just saying the Dodgers aren't keeping him out to try to have some covert, nefarious hiding of an injury.
It's not nefarious, dude. I think you're putting words in my mouth. I think it's really smart. And I think it's a way to thread a needle where here's the deal, dude. You've said for weeks you don't want him at the All-Star game. Neither do the Dodgers. That is not that is exactly oppositional to what Major League Baseball wants. So they have to be, your words, not mine, nefarious. They have to have some dark arts. To pull off what you've been pushing, they have to pretend or say or sell that he's injured, dude.
Here's the thing.
It's not like, yeah, sorry, dude, we're not coming. I know you don't care. That's not the way that'll go down.
What would Rob Manfred be more upset about? Shohei Ohtani missing one exhibition All-Star game that 7 million people watch, or Shohei Ohtani missing a World Series that 34 million people watch?
Dude, he's not operating that way, dude. First of all, he's not a very impressive person as a commissioner, in my opinion. And secondly, this is the marquee moment for this particular Major League Baseball season to date. He's not going to... Dude, come on. You know that's not... He's not going to say, you know what? If you guys make the World Series... And if he's injured,
Ohtani's the golden goose.
So don't come to the All-Star. Yes, and you know what people do to the golden goose? You don't milk a goose. How do you get eggs out? You egg a goose? You get the eggs from the goose.
Yeah, and they don't want to risk just having the chicken go away. The goose go away.
You think Manfred is like, don't come to the All-Star game. I don't want you to be hurt for the World Series. That's ridiculous, dude.
Look, I mean,
that's ridiculous.
I think Shohei Ohtani is a dad. He's had a second kid. I heard that's a possibility as to why.
From Manfred? You think
Not from Manfred. I'm just saying that they want to make sure.
I understand why Ohtani wouldn't want to go. I understand why the Dodgers wouldn't want him to go. What I'm saying to you is Major League Baseball doesn't care about that. They're a business, dude.
I'm not saying they're not.
Of course they want Ohtani there.
Of course they do. But you're suggesting that he's out of the lineup. I mean, he's not pitching today as some way to make it a little more palatable that he's not playing the All-Star game.
I am stunned that you don't know and that teams operate this way with their own leagues.
He is still hitting.
I understand that.
If you were Rob Manfred and you're saying if you're Rob Manfred, that's not a good enough out.
No, but it might be a good enough out for the Dodgers to feel like they can sell that a little bit.
The reason why he's not pitching is because his knee's been hurt all year.
Dude, then why can't he go to the All-Star game?
Because this is the perfect time to rest his knee
to
get ready for the second half.
That's not acceptable to Rob Manfred. That's the point I'm making to you.
It's not his decision.
If he's only going to hit at the All-Star game, which
he's doing tonight, tomorrow, and
then
probably Sunday,
he can go to the All-Star game.
There's no way that's look. respectfully, I don't think that's in play here.
Explain my perspective too. Are you even hearing what I'm saying?
Of course I am. You're
what?
saying that Rob Manfred is upset that Shohei Ohtani will not be competing in the All-Star game. So in the Dodgers' mind, the Dodgers are saying, oh, Shohei Ohtani is dealing with the left knee injury, so he's out of his start. So it makes it seem where, oh, it's a little bit more, hey, don't be mad at us. Our guy's hurt. He can't play.
The Dodgers cannot pull Ohtani from the All-Star game without having some kind of cover. And that cover is, well, that he's banged up enough that he can't pitch. They either had to sit him in the lineup or they had to take him out of his start. There's no world where he pitches tonight and he hits all 3 games and he can't go to the All-Star game. There'd be hell to pay by the commissioner's office. I'm telling you.
But he's not at 100%.
The commissioner doesn't care, dude. He'll be like, yeah, he's good enough to play in these 3 games.
So my point exactly. My point is he is going to play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
If
in the
he
lineup.
pitched tonight and he hit in the lineup, if he did both, the Dodgers cannot pull him from the All-Star game.
I disagree.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. Look at Aaron Judge just hits. All these other guys just hit. He's technically a full-blown player that most of these position players are.
Just because you have a perspective, which might be right, by the way, for what's in the Dodgers' best interest, doesn't mean that that's the perspective of Major League Baseball.
I know they're upset, but I just don't think that this is like this is on the Dodgers' end something. I think my point is that I think he's really injured. I think he's really not at 100%. I think it's serious.
Then he shouldn't be hitting.
I totally agree.
Yeah, but I don't. All right, your questions next on DMAC and Reiter. calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com, or you can text 40222. You just said I was crazy with the smiling. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think I got the haircut, dude. I think it's haircut time.
No, man.
I think it's time. We have some questions, and we will provide some answers in our. I don't know. Is this a daily mailbag? We'll just see how it goes.
Sound off, baby. Let's see what we got.
Jeff Fetterman. Should we full disclosure this thing?
Yeah.
Jeff Fetterman's the boss. His boss. He's the big boss. But there could be another Jeff Fetterman out there, right? Okay.
It's not impossible.
Did Kobe push Shaq out? That's a hell yeah.
100%. I mean,
Absolutely.
Shaq definitely wanted to win his. Shaq won his championships with Kobe, and Kobe wanted to win his without Shaq. And Kobe was saying, "Hey, I could sign with the Clippers," and he was kind of flowing that out
The
there. If you
Clippers
remember
thing.
that
Dr.
way back
West
in the
had to
day.
go to his house, dude.
Yeah. So there was tension there. I mean, I think for Kobe, it was kind of one of those things. I mean, Bill, like, do you think Kobe would have rather had 10, 11 rings with Shaq?
Yes.
Or win 2 or 3 by himself without Shaq?
So here's the thing about ambition and like young, because Kobe was young, right? And he burned bright, and and I loved everything about his like need to win was Jordan-esque, and that it was merciless. And when he was on the court, it wasn't about friendship; it was about greatness. What I think he didn't realize is that he eventually would have been what Kawhi Leonard should have been for the Spurs, right? Kawhi Leonard was the youngest Finals MVP in history when he won when the Spurs won against LeBron and the Heat. They would have won 10 or 8, whatever it is, and Kobe would have half of the Finals MVPs. The back half would have been Kobe's. So it would have been Shaq as the 1 and Kobe as the 2 until it would have gone the other way, I think.
Yeah, I think that, I totally agree. I mean, I think there was one throne, and Kobe just pushed Shaq out of that throne because he wanted to sit there and see what he could accomplish. But it's funny because later in his career, after his career, when he retired, someone asked Kobe, they were like, hey, how good would Shaq have been if he had your work ethic? And Kobe said he'd be the best player of all time, and I would have 10 or 11 rings. So I think after, when he got wiser, he realized that, hey, we could have been something so special.
Yep.
But then at the time, he needed to win those rings because what did he say after he got his 5th ring, after he beat the Celtics, and they asked Kobe, hey, what's your first thought? He goes, I got one more than Shaq.
Can I also, dude? I love that, and I love that you brought that up because I also think the quote you just gave on Kobe and what we know about Kobe now. I think if Shaq had a work ethic, Kobe would have put up with the one throne. I think a guy like Kobe Bryant loathed and couldn't stand in the moment somebody who didn't work hard and had that level of talent.
I agree, especially at that point of Kobe's career. He got in the best shape of his life. He was just a physical marvel as far as the work that he was putting in. And then he sees Shaq saying, hey, I only rehab on company time, right? And he saw Shaq party like he did and do what he did. But Shaq was still really, really good. I also think, too, I mean, curious to see.
Were you a Shaq guy? I was a Shaq over Kobe guy. I wasn't here, though, so I was just from a distance.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I was a Shaq guy.
I loved them both. I really did. I was a big Shaq guy, but I mean, I really did. But
I get it.
But being obsessed with Michael Jordan, though, I definitely wanted to see what Kobe could do without Shaq. So I was kind of on Kobe's side if I had to pick one of the two.
That's really interesting.
And the thing about, don't you think that part of that obsession that Kobe had with Michael Jordan is what led to saying, hey, maybe I can win a title without a dominant big man?
Yes.
He was so obsessed with it, right?
Yes, 100. And by the way, he did it. And as we discussed earlier, the way that Kobe became Kobe was by staying and winning. LeBron, people keep asking, we did a whole segment, why don't people love LeBron? Well, part of it's the leaving. And the sense that could happen. By the way, can we do a cheers for whoever Jeff Fetterman is? That's the greatest question we've ever had. That was a really good question. That was a good talk.
Let's do cheers for the rest of the show.
Ipe from prison.
Come on.
Is Ipe in prison? How long is he in prison for?
Oh, man, I don't know. That's a good question.
5 more. Top 3 athletes you would want to interview, past or present. Oh, that's a good question.
Wow, that's really a good question.
Top 3. Okay, so past or present. So they can be dead, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a... I'm going to go Messi, Ted Williams. I might go Tiger. Is that crazy?
Man, I was going to say Tiger, so I'll switch it up since you basically were drafting these things. I would say Jordan, Kobe for sure. Jordan, Kobe, and then Shohei, because hey, I got a lot of I need a lot to ask about Shohei about this show.
I would have. Yeah, you do. I would have put LeBron there, but I've already interviewed him several times.
Flex on him, Bill.
Let's get it. So it's funny, Jordan, it's like don't meet your heroes. I grew up on Jordan. I grew up a Bulls fan. I'm not anymore. I don't want to meet him. I do and I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've actually had bad dreams about meeting him and him being not nice to me, so it's pretty interesting. But
I got invited to dinner with him. I think I brought that up on the air already.
it's funny now that I think about it. I don't know if it'll be the best interview. It's just like one of those ones that would sound cool. Like you interviewing LeBron James sounds really cool. So yeah, I mean, that's Jackie Robinson. I would say. I mean, as a Bruin, as a Dodger. I mean, interviewing Jackie Robinson. I think that would be up there for me. Just kind of everything that he endured and just how what he did transcended.
I agree. That's a great one, dude.
Sports. I think I might kick off MJ for the reasons you mentioned and throw Jackie in there. Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, it's hard to narrow down. Okay, here we go. Let's fight again. I will flip you the bird. Realistically, what would Rob Manfred do to punish the Dodgers for not having Shohei in the All-Star game? I think it's more when your neighbor you have to see all the time when you run over their cat and they hate you. Like, what are they going to do? It's an accident. They just make your life uncomfortable and awkward.
That'd be like if
I
David
didn't run over
Stern.
anyone's cat, by the way.
Yeah.
For the record. Oh, no, dude. You just do a dead cat? Wow. That was
a Friday
wicked business. Oh,
that'd be like David Stern trying to do something to the Bulls for keep Michael Jordan out. It's like the truth is the profit from Shohei is not from the All-Star game. It's for what he does for television contracts, the World Series, and just making this a global game. As far as punishment goes, I don't think that there's any possible punishment that they could make. I would point to what the ratings look like in 2023 before the Dodgers and Shohei took over. So, yeah, punishment. I think that you got to keep rewarding the Golden Goose, man.
I like this from Richard Flores, 839.
Oh, shout out to Richard Flores.
It says mailbag comments in all caps, so like it helped everybody identify because there's a lot of comments in there in the stream. We think Alex Call has great judgment in using the ABS system. Sincerely, the Three Blind Mice and Stevie Wonder. That's funny.
Alex Bad Call at it again.
All right, I know we're gonna run out of time here. Let's do one more. Ipe from prison, maybe two more. Do all four of you feel about the show after? How do all four of you feel about the show after 1 month? Have any specific goals for the show? Anything you would do differently? That's a really good question.
Wow.
I'm always gonna be. You and I, at the risk of sounding immodest, are really happy with the show. Right? I don't want to speak like I think the show's going really well. I have worked on shows that have been miserable to work on. This is not that. I have worked on shows that were embarrassing to be a part of. This is the opposite. I have worked with co-hosts that I didn't want to be around, who weren't pleasant, who weren't good at their job, or who weren't entertaining. You're the opposite. I think you're a star, dude, and I really like you, which is like a new experience. And not new, but like it doesn't always happen in radio. So, Ipe, I love the show after a month, and our goal is to do the best, at least my goal, and I think we're aligned, is do this best sports talk radio show in Los Angeles, to work our asses off, to earn your time and earn the right to come into your world and hang out with you.
Bam. Yeah, man, could not have said it better myself. I will say, though, that, it's been an absolute dream come true to work on this show. I've said it before. It feels like every day is Christmas just to wake up and get to do this, talk LA sports 4 hours a day. And to double down on what you said, absolutely. I want the reputation of this show to be, hey, these guys are going to be the most honest, the most truthful, but also the hardest working as far as, hey, we dive into these topics, we get into the numbers, we have a lot of fun. To me, I don't want to say 10 out of 10 no notes because I think, hey, my goal and your goal, biggest sports show in the universe.
Yep.
And I think with you, absolutely everything's possible. And, just been awesome, man. Like, I can't say enough. This is something special working with the great Bill Reiter. Bill Reiter, one of the greatest.
You just Bill Reilered me. I need that as a drop. I need that cut. I need that as a drop every show.
No.
We're going to play the next segment.
I was thinking okay, I'll tell you what. Okay.
You know what that was worse than hearing? You killing a cat.
Meow.
Oh, my God. You did it again.
Hey, but great stuff, Ipe from prison.
Oh, my God, dude. I don't think there's anything I do differently so far. I mean, we're working and we need to improve, and we know that, but I feel pretty good about what we've been doing so far.
Oh, yeah, 100%, man. Just, hey, learning from the best in the game right next to me.
Don, oh, my God. I might have less of those.
Wait.
I know you don't. No, I'm just kidding. Do one more quick one, Bursch. One more quick one. Donnie Boy 05, this is for you because I don't remember this. Do you think the Russian guy survived from The Sopranos that Chrissy and Paulie tried to kill? I don't remember.
That's a debated topic. Yeah.
That's not the guy in the woods, is it?
No, he died.
Yeah, that guy. They found that guy, and then they almost froze to death.
Yeah.
Who's the Russian guy?
Talking about the Ricky April. That's a pretty debated topic in the Sopranos world.
Oh, that's right, Valerie. That's right. Former Commander of Mob. Okay, yeah. I think he made it. Yeah.
You think he made it?
That's what AI tells me. I don't really know. That's what.
It's one of the
I gotta
biggest
watch
mysteries in
that
the
show
show.
again.
Yeah.
All right.
The
You know
Pine
what?
Barrens.
You know what? For putting up with me, you're a hero. You're not the hero of the day, though. We're gonna reveal that person next on DMAC and Reiter. What up? Happy Friday. Remember, James Coe Show coming up 9 minutes. Don't go anywhere. He's got you covered till 10 p.m. here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Speaking of which, he is Doug McCain. I am Bill Reiter. This is therefore DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Or you can visit calldowntown.com. What you got going this weekend? We have a wedding.
This week, I got a wedding. So I'm doing some crazy stuff tomorrow. I'm going to a wedding, and I'm going to our event in Harbor City. You got Brandon Jennings and Jordan Love and the rest of the game.
You're the headliner now, baby.
Oh, hey,
yeah, you are.
I can't wait tomorrow. Where's Bill? Where's Bill?
They're telling people that DMAC's going to be there.
What's crazy is after that, I'm going to go back to the wedding and go to the after party situation. So, going to be good times, man. You?
Dude, what am I doing this weekend? I don't know. Just hanging out with my wife and kids. Maybe go to the beach.
That's the weekend.
Watch
that
some
sounds
soccer.
great.
You know what? I do like to cook, and I don't do as much of it as I used to because we're obviously working until 6 p.m.
You cook on the show every day.
Oh, man. I get cooked. Yeah, we're just going to chill, dude. We'll have to get you and the family over for a beach day one of these days. Come to the South Bay.
Dude, Kira loves the beach. She was crazy about the beach.
My daughter, Maddie, who's older, she's going to be a senior in high school. She's great with kids.
Really?
Yeah, she's amazing.
Nice. Can we drop off Kira, then I'll pick her up when she's 18?
Yes.
Yeah?
Done.
Sounds like a
Sold.
deal. Let's go.
I'll send you the bill. Don't worry, it won't be expensive. It is time for the DMAC and Reiter Hero of the Day. We have the Spanish national team. We have some prospects. We've got whoever is letting Ohtani hit and whoever is holding Ohtani out. Would you like to guess who the winner of the Hero of the Day is?
I'm going to say whoever let Ohtani pitch, or whoever kept Ohtani out.
Yep.
Yes!
That's right.
Smart! I love it. This is what's best for the Dodgers and Shohei. Excited.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Hey, man.
You're my guy.
Hey, I hope
You're my
he hits some
dude.
bombs. I hope he hits some bombs tonight.
Did you say I hope he bombs?
Hope he hits some bombs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hope he bombs,
That's what I
man.
thought you
I
said.
hope he gets booed off the stage at open mic night.
I thought you said that, or I hope he meets some moms, but I was pretty sure that wasn't what you were going with. So you know
I
what?
hope he meets some moms. Wow.
Getting weird at the end of the week.
I am going to rewatch that episode of The Sopranos, Pine Barrens, by the way.
What? Do you have a season? Do you have a season
So,
episode number?
I don't have the season episode. I can get that for you. But basically, if you remember the scene, Christopher Moltisanti and Paulie Walnuts, they take Valerie into the woods in New Jersey after a fight with him, and Valerie escapes after being shot. And hey, you said, the popular theory is that Valerie did survive.
Is this the Frozen? It's not the Frozen one.
No, I believe it is.
Okay.
Yeah, they fought. Yeah, it's pretty graphic, I would say.
Okay, let's not.
Yeah,
And
but,
also, I don't think we need a third cat meeting its maker. That was wild business too.
I
as
don't know why you turn into that, man.
So I don't have time to watch as much TV as I used to. We were talking about this. Here's the show that I'm have you watched The Agency on? I don't even know where it is. Is it Paramount Plus?
I have not. Don't give me a check mark.
It's really good, dude. But it's
Really?
but it's so dark. What are you watching right now? If you could point me to one show.
Like I said, I'm just watching the Pit World Cup.
Are you not finished with the Pit yet?
No.
You haven't caught up?
I haven't caught all the way up.
You
no.
didn't see where the aliens invaded?
No, I didn't see it.
No, they didn't invade.
Yeah, I was going to say, what show is this?
Dude, I think you should check
I'm
out...
going to watch your movie that you went to see. The Obsession.
Oh, Obsession's amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Obsession.
That's dark, dude.
Is it?
It's real.
It's dark. What would you give that a 10?
I'd give it a 10.
A 10?
Yeah, I think
it's good?
It's on the level of Weapons. You've seen it too, right, Bersh?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
10 out of 10.
Did you like
wow.
that better or Weapons?
I liked Obsession better.
Really?
Yeah. I saw Obsession twice, and it's been a long time since
You're
I felt
obsessed with
compelled
Obsession.
to see a
Me
movie
too.
a second time. Yeah.
Did you love Weapons?
I really liked Weapons, but I felt Obsession was better.
Yeah, Obsession's, dude, it's really good. Here's you and Gene though. You guys got to watch anyone but us. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this on Netflix. It's a rom-com. It's also a love letter to LA. It just the whole thing. It's like I'm watching Bosch. Too.
Oh, is it Kristen Bell?
Yeah,
my wife loves Kristen Bell.
And it's Adrian,
Adam Brody, the OC.
I almost said Adrian Brody.
Adam Brody,
guy.
my bad.
I never watched the OC.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't my thing.
It's kind of one of those things I feel like you have to live through it. It's not a good rewatch. Is my point.
Are we going to just go after the All-Star game next week? I mean, like, by the way, I generally don't like the All-Star game. Why would I watch the All-Star game with no Shohei Ohtani? Which I'm with. I don't want to argue. It's not the Dodgers' problem, but I got very little interest.
Look, I think it. I love that kind of stuff. I mean, if this is Rob Manfred kind of kind of intimidating a little bit. And if that's the reason why Shohei, I would love that because that means Shohei's feeling a little better. But I absolutely think it'll be a pretty forgettable All-Star game. I mean, it's going to be Kyle Schwarber and let them have their day. To me,
I don't need a celebration of the Phillies. Whatever, dude.
I don't either, man.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
still see some. I will say though, I do want to see Andy Pajes. I do want to see Freddie Freeman. Some of the Dodgers that are there. Definitely want to celebrate them
out of obligation.
Yeah,
yeah.
To me, the best part is the beginning. Just all the theatrics, and you know what's pretty cool is the mic'd up stuff. Remember yesterday? Remember cool. Last year when Kersh had it was Cal Raleigh, the catcher for the Mariners. He had that hit to left field, and Kyle Tucker dove for it and caught it, and Cal Raleigh's nickname is the Big Dumper, and Kersh was like, "Suck it, Big Dumper."
By the way, Kersh is great on camera. Like, Kersh could be a big-time media star. Maybe he has all the money in the world. Maybe he doesn't want to do that. I was shocked how good he is. When was he on recently?
So he was on the opening day.
That's
when
I saw him. I was like, oh, my God. He's a... Because it's not... Either you can do it or you can't. TV's a weird thing. He's a natural.
He really is. He's got the voice. He's got the insight. He's got the personality. Unfortunately, I think he's got so much money and he loves his family. He just doesn't want to commit to it. But
remember how bad Drew Brees was? I love Drew Brees. But remember Drew Brees just like became a statue on camera?
He was not good.
I like the football.
I heard Joe Montana wasn't that great back in the day. Also, Magic Johnson wasn't that great, do you think?
No, Magic Johnson's bad at it. And he's bad at it. And he is one of the most charismatic people I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah. Like you just never know until they get their shot.
Yeah, so we got to get Kersh on. How do we get Kersh on this show? That's probably hard.
We could try to.
If anyone
Kersh
could do it,
cool.
if anyone could do it, you could do it.
Kersh is. I've interviewed a couple different times, and he's definitely his time management was always so intense as a player. Maybe he's more relaxed in his post career life. So hey, maybe we get Kersh on.
All right, last thought. We got 40 seconds before we say goodbye and have our weekend and get back at it on Monday. Everybody, thank you, LA, for listening. Percentage chance when we come back and do DMAC and Reiter at 2 p.m. on Monday, we're back to the show, that we know where LeBron's going. I'm going to go 11%.
I'm going to go 27%.
Okay, a little higher.
Just hoping for a little weekend magic, you know?
Just get it. LeBron, just make the announcement.
What's better for us, though, right? We wait.
I think the best thing for us is Wednesday. For content,
okay, 0% chance then.
The best thing for me is getting to work with Doug McCain. He is Doug McCain. I am Bill Reiter. Great job by Ryan Bershinger this week. Thank you to Sammy, who crushed it. Sammy Medina on social. Thank you, everybody, for listening.